Hey, welcome to the Lounge Lizards. This is the Legions Lounge episode 41. Wow, very cool.
Yeah,
41
we're
episodes, man.
screaming up on 50.
I know, exactly. This is the show where we talk about all things Mythic Legions, Cosmic Legions, Figure Obscura, customs, other Mythic related stuff, and other stuff. Like tonight, we're going to be talking about some other stuff that is not, it's not quite Mythic, but it is Mythic related in a way, and it's very cool. We're your hosts. My name is Trevor, 16shooter. On Instagram, my co-hosts are top tier photographer Nate Strong at Corona4 on the Instagram, and the top dork at Dorklair here on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram, Bill Dranowski. Boys,
what's up, guys?
How are you? What's going on?
Great. How are you?
Good. Excited about tonight, man. This is gonna be fun. I think this is Chris's second or third time on the show. I'm not sure. I know he's cropped up in a couple places, but the first one was like very unexpected, I think, and he was in his car. He may be in his car tonight. I'm not sure. We're not sure where Chris is coming from. He's not here yet, so we'll see where he shows up.
Place your bets where you think Chris is going to pop up from,
and when.
That's another good question. Yeah,
What's
the over under on time?
9:45 in the garage.
I did tell him he adds a few minutes. We do have some news tonight, so I said you don't have to show up at 9. So get yourself comfortable. Get the car warmed up or whatever, and join us about 9:15. So he's fine. Before we get started, please take a second. It only takes a second to smash that like button like a barbarian with a hangover. It helps us out and lets people know that we are live right now. So go and do that right now, please. If you're new to the channel and not subscribed, consider it. Hit that button to be notified, that bell to be notified when we go live. We go live every other week, every other Monday at 9 p.m. on this show, and then every other Friday at 9 p.m. for the 1 6-pack. And then I've got a bunch of toy photography tutorials and reviews and things like that go up whenever. So hit the bell and you'll be notified when that stuff goes up. Nate, who we got in the chat, my man?
We got a ton.
Dave Orkin first.
Dave Orkin number 1, followed by Pablo, Mitch, Vonnie Rott, and Laura. What's going on? We've got David Smith, Mike Casper, Jay Mack, David Williams, Joe Gonzalez, Skella Soria, Aristotle, Cloud Foxwell, Motu Guru.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
I don't know about this one. Moxie Symbiont.
Mock Symbiont, I believe.
Symbiont, Curtis Ackerman, Mr. Mom Collectibles, Tom
Skellasoria.
Clayton.
Did you see Skellasoria in there? Yeah.
Did I? I'm sorry if I skipped Skella.
Okay.
T-Belay, Prime
hey, up,
is with us. Hey, Cowabunga Dude, Beardtastic 77, Josh J. My thing's kind of jumping around on me for some reason. Jesse, what's up? 78 points. Oh my God, you guys. You're going to have to read again. I just did that thing I was telling you about before our show started.
Oh, Jesus. All right. Prime to the first. What's up, Josh? Cowabunga Dude, Beardtastic, Josh J, Just Shelve It. 78 points. What's up, man? Michael Woods. Kevin Boots with the first super chat. Thank you, man. Good Monday, gentlemen. Thank you, Kevin. Appreciate the $4.99 super chat.
Nice. Thanks.
Yeah, we got some. I'm going to throw up the banner right now because I believe that was Kevin Boots last week. The Lords of the Lounge, Curtis, Braku, Kevin Boots, and Scott Baker. I think it's been a couple weeks. So I think it was such a great show that we had. I think with David Williams, it was just great talking to him. And it was just, I had a lot of fun on that show.
It was so good.
I think people were having fun, and it
was.
Super chats weren't just, which is fine. we're not begging. It's fine. It all helps to support the giveaways and the channel and stuff. And, StreamYard costs money and stuff, so we appreciate all that stuff. But Anthony Houseal, what's up, man? Sorry about the Eagles, dude. Not really, but I'm going to say that to you just so you feel a little better. Joe Suter, Eugenius, Morflom, JG, Bernie Clement, and you said Cloud. Yep. What's up, Cloud? I'm talking to the screen like anyone can hear me. I've done that.
Yeah, lots of times.
Go Blue Jays. Okay. Thanks, Jesse. Did you guys watch the game last night? Yeah, go ahead.
A quick shout out to Michael Woods and then the rest of the gang of people who have been trying to help me complete my quest my quest shot, test shot quest, which is to review every
Say that 4
single
times fast.
Cosmic Legions test shot. And the response was amazing. I put the call out in the Cabal, and just like the day of the sale, right after the sale, like it was probably about an hour, less than an hour, even before I knew that I was going to be able to do it with backups just in case. And Michael Woods was one of them, and just super pumped. And I'm still wrapping up the organization of it, but yeah, that's going to happen.
That's
over
awesome,
the next
man. That's
2,
so
3
cool
weeks.
that's happening. And I've seen people like posting already. They're excited. Somebody posted today. Can you believe in like a week or so we'll have like reviews of all the Cosmic Legion test
and
shots?
The timing's great because next week is my February vacation. It's my
perfect.
My week off
Winter
from
vacation.
work,
Yeah.
Nice.
and that'll be right around when stuff's,
Nice.
this stuff will hit people this week. They'll ship it out to me. It'll start getting to me next week. So
yeah, it is a unique thing, man. I mean, like you're really, these are the figures. I mean, aside from paint, obviously it's going to be now. Question is, are you going to go back and re-review them when you get the painted version?
Oh yeah. Oh, 100%. Oh yeah.
But more
sure.
maybe in a group, maybe, or something or in groups or something.
It'll depend. Like sometimes like I have every intention of like reviewing a full wave, and things happen and I just don't get to every single figure, but the intention is to do an individual review for every single one.
Nice.
Maybe I'll do the 2 Sphexians together or something, but I don't usually do group reviews like that. So
yeah. Okay. Actually, this is an older wallpaper. This is from Keithlin, Miss Jessam of C. Jessam, and she did this for us a while ago, and I just threw it up again. I just dug it. It's great. It's very colorful, and I thought that would go well with our topic tonight. Oh God, please let's not try it. Come on, man. Let's not get this phrase going. All right, so that's who's in the chat. We got the Lords of the Lounge. We got some news. Our guest isn't here, but we can stretch this a little bit. Let me just check the chat and make sure that he's not having problems with this, because I did miss his. No, he's got it. Should be good. All right, so we got a little bit of news here. Nothing earth-shattering or anything, but a couple of interesting things. So we had the last weekend of test shot sales. So we had Cosmic 2 days ago, and like Bill said, a bunch of people got them. I managed to get my Ziri, which is what I wanted. Bill skied down straight to his condo through the door and managed to get online and pick something up. So good for you. And
Vorga.
Let me see.
I grabbed a Vorga.
Got Vorga, yeah. Is this the one that I want to show? That is not the one I want to show. That's not the one I want to show either. There we go. So yeah, I mean, I saw a bunch of people, got some good stuff. It went fast, but it didn't seem to go as fast as some of the other ones. I don't know. I'm not sure. Although a bunch of people said it was faster than any of the other ones, but I seem to have like a little bit more time with mine. So.
Yeah, I saw a lot of people said on the flip side though,
sorry, Cloud.
A lot of these they do tend to get stuff, and this one they didn't, like myself. But
yeah.
So yeah.
Well, we know what your problem was.
Yeah.
You gotta get off that
a recurring issue now, but
yeah, I guess so.
I did hear that though, or read that a lot in the Cabal. It seemed like that from a handful of people that they're used to getting stuff, and this time around they didn't for whatever reason.
Well, I'll be honest, like it was a little weird. Like I was on the nose, like refreshing, and it didn't come up right away. I mean, it was almost 30 seconds into it before I even saw the lineup. So maybe that was for everybody. Maybe it just didn't hit. I mean, I know that they set these things to go off on the nose. Like it was the software,
pretty on the nose for me.
Yeah, same here.
It like even my email confirmation was still 12 o'clock even. Like it like that. That's how quickly it went up.
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't even check that. I'll have to see what mine went, because it may have just been a perception. I don't know. Anyway, it seemed like there was 15, 20 seconds before I could even click on anything. So, but this week, this Saturday, the 18th, we've got no more test shots and very relaxed. You shouldn't have to worry about this one. I mean, I wouldn't say wait a few days, but if you want to get in there, it starts at noon. If you want to get in there at 2, 3, 4, 5, 8 o'clock at night, I don't think you're going to run into a situation where, don't quote me on that, where you're going to.
But you might want to just get on there early. But like,
I was going to say, you might want to not wait, but
right. Yeah. I would say, like, the thing is, though, you're not going to have to buy one, check out, and then try to go back from it. Like, just take your time, figure out what you want, and get your order exact. Check the shipping. You'll be able to play around with the shipping and figure out if something works better, or if you want to order like 6 figures instead of 5 to get a better, per figure rate. Or you can play around with your cart, but don't wait too long. That's all.
Yeah.
But it could be, you never know. It could last 24 hours, a day or two.
Yeah,
it could last 4 hours.
I don't actually. It's something that I haven't asked about. I mean, I wouldn't be able to tell you anyway. I'm sure that they're going to keep that
I don't think
secret.
they
But
even
like,
know.
it's I got a feeling that you're going to have enough. That it's not going to be. I don't know if I'd wait, a day. But again, like, I think if you can't get them within the first few hours, I think you're still going to be okay.
That's
just
my
my
prediction as well.
my guess. Yeah.
I'm trying to remember on Sir Gerard. I want to say I got my initial thing on Saturday, and then on Sunday I decided to go back in and get
he was
a
still
few more, and there was
Sunday.
plenty still then. So, but again, you can't necessarily say that that's going to be the case this year. So, rather be safe than sorry for sure.
Yeah, some people said it was a full minute to refresh. Same happened to me. 12:01. Yeah, it was weird. Like, I mean, I have fast internet, and it was refreshing really quickly up until the point where, like, they put them live, and it just wasn't there. And then I was on Chrome, and I was on Safari, and it showed up on Chrome, but I really didn't want to check out on Chrome because it's a little slower. But anyway, just says order them right away, no pressure, but just to be sure. I would say within the day if you can. But I mean, if something comes up, I still have a feeling that they're going to have enough.
And these
maybe
are
we can
also,
ask Chris. Maybe he'll be able to tell us. I don't know.
These are also these are figures that they'll have at cons, right?
Yeah,
like
I know they're
kept
bringing them to
having Sir
Mystique-Con.
Gerard at cons for a full year, pretty much. They might even still have some at cons.
Yep. That's Aristotle's question. Wonder if these will be at ZoloCon. I would almost bet on that.
Yeah, and I know that's confirmed. They're coming to Mesquite-Con on March 11th. So.
These figures.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, locally, how can you not have the Furious 4, right? At Muskie Con. But I got a feeling if that's the case and they're going to have, yes, they could hold those back for Mesquite Con and maybe hold some back for ZoloCon. But if that's the case, in the past, they've had plenty. And they're popular figures. I mean, these bodies are popular. The Fury Orc look and the red and black. I mean, good Lord.
This is
like they could put a pile of plastic and paint it red and black and put a strap on it or something like that, and people would buy it.
This is like, I went for the test shots each week. I was never like the first week I was like, okay, if I miss, I miss. The second week, like, I'm not a test shot collector. Right. And the main reason I'm doing the cosmic thing is more so to get an early look at these figures that everybody wants to see.
Right.
This week is the week that I'm going heavy in terms of like spending money. Like this, I would definitely want multiple extras of the Furious 4. I want at least one more unknown one. But that like the Furious 4 figures, to me, those are some of the best kit bashing figures they've ever done.
So many great parts on those things, man. Really, really good stuff.
Speaking of
just the loadout, like especially the Praetorian figure, like in that box, the amount of stuff that's in that box, it might be more than any other $37 figure they've ever done, honestly.
Yeah, it could be piece for piece. Yep. What were you
so
gonna say,
much
Nate?
Stuff.
I was just going to ask, and this may have been out there before and I missed it, but
Agreed.
Has the unknown one, the spelling been fixed for this packaging?
Yes, I believe it probably has.
I actually don't think so, right? Because weren't these manufactured at the same time?
Is it the same back though? Because that was a box.
Well, it's the
This
same
is a backing.
bio. It's the same like graphic for the bio, right? Isn't it? That's where it was on the bio.
It could be, but it's going to be a different layout on the back. I haven't seen the back art, so I don't know if the art is going to be the exact same back as the box that it came in. I mean, probably, That's a good question.
We'll see.
I don't know.
Well,
we'll find out.
when Chris gets here, he'll tell us.
We'll ask him. We'll ask him. We're going to learn a lot of stuff tonight. 6 of each figure for the first 24 hours Saturday. Yeah. So, I mean, if everybody can get 6 of each figure, they've got a lot, man. They've got a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, I really find it hard to believe that they're going to sell out even within
I think it might be 12
Saturday.
even, too.
12?
I think it might be 12. Yeah.
Of each figure?
Yeah. Limit.
Oh, really? Oh, I thought they did say 6. I don't know. I don't remember.
Wow. Bold statement.
Curtis.
Curtis
I
Ackerman.
put the kitsch bashing value of it right up there with the original Deluxe Star Barbarian bill. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah, I mean, because there was a lot of parts in the Barbarian builder that were nice, but like a lot of it was weapons and things like that. And there's weapons here too. It's just, I don't know, these bodies, it's all new stuff too. It's a lot of new parts that are really nice and hard to get. So
this just in from our birthday boy. Bio is on the side like a normal figure for the unknown one. So happy birthday,
happy
Cookie.
birthday, man. So the bio is on the side, so it's a different artwork. So I would hope that it wasn't just cut and paste from that back. Although Nate, that can happen.
We'll see.
Yeah. 12 limit for the 12 limit for the first 24 hours. I thought it was 6. Okay. But yeah, these are great. I mean, if you didn't get them at the show, I mean, you're not really missing much. I mean, that skull was a really cool addition to the unknown one, but it's not like you can't get something like that and paint it up or something yourself. It's really not that hard, and I'm sure there's people piecing them out and stuff. So, but it's still, I mean, with the helmet, it's just a cool looking figure. Those wings, the details on those things. I remember when I first got that to shoot, it was either Chris or Jeremy telling me like that he's like, I don't know, they may have gone too far with the details in these wings, man. Like all the little veins and stuff like that. Like he's like, I don't know if the factory's going to be able to reproduce that. You know what I mean? And like they did.
They
nailed it. Done.
They're awesome, yeah.
Which is
and I think the guys, my wife is going to kill me, guys. We're just talking about this on Sunday that the fact that these are going to be finally out there to the masses. It's like I don't know why I didn't really think about that much, because we've seen quite a bit of people using these in kit bashing, but now that they're going to be out there to everybody, it's going to be great to see what people start doing with them.
Well, that's a good segue into, this wasn't something I'm not announcing this yet, but we are going to, just a heads up that we are going to be doing pop and swap again. And that's going to happen in March. So I'm going to get my shit together and like kind of put that together and get that going. But we are going to be doing the pop and swap contest again.
Are we going to wait for All Stars to be out for that, or?
We could. Which should be
a fun one
soon. And that would be, you know what? I'd actually like to do that, because if this stuff is going out real quick, what I'm trying to avoid is everything being red and black. I may create a new award this year just for red and black, the best red and black design, because I would say, like, what would you say? Like 75% were red and black last year.
It was up there for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you got a lot to choose from. I can't blame you, but and it is a cool combination. But
yeah, it's tough to beat.
Yeah, maybe that's a good idea, Bill. Maybe we will wait for that. So maybe it'll push into April, depending on when those come in. All right, so that is that. So set your alarms, but you don't have to wake up and freak out and get there at noon. You'll be okay.
Whoever chose studio might be our winner.
What's up?
We have someone in the green room.
Yeah, we do.
I
will get to him in a minute.
That's fine. Yeah.
I just want to go to this real quick.
Such a cool shot, man.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, this was fun. Like, this was a real simple portrait shot, but like this is actually, I don't know if I could say that. I won't say anymore. But it was a fun shot, and there's more to come on this, which I think is alluded to here. But this is not, so it's not within the mythos of Mythos. It's created for PowerCon. It's kind of their own character thing, I guess, that they have going on. But I mean, as everybody knows, this thing is going to look incredible with your with your Mythic Legions collection. This cape, again, Siege Essam, insane.
Yeah.
The straps are attached to the cape, so it goes
Yeah.
right underneath there, and it goes around the body.
Love that.
And it's really, I mean, look at this. Like, the detail in this thing is awesome. Man. It's really, really nice. And I love the corroded, what is it, verdigris? How do you say that? Yeah, verdigris. Green
think so.
looking coppery, you know, rusted copper
Mhm.
type of look to it. It looks really, really cool, man. It looks really great. So, so this will be available at PowerCon, August 11th through the 13th. And I think we're going to be able to get this later on, but there are going to be some exclusive pieces to this that you won't be able to get except at PowerCon. So that's the deal there. They haven't shown what those are going to be. Trust me, they're really cool. And if you can get somebody, you know somebody who's going there to get you one, try to do that. And yes, happy birthday, Cookie. It's always Cookie's birthday. It's great. And a super sticker with a birthday cake.
Oh, I gotta see what the sticker is. Hold on, I'm gonna open up YouTube as well.
Yeah, we can't see the stickers on here, unfortunately.
Yeah, on StreamYard we can't see the stickers.
I will take embarrassment. Who is this? They allude to him being the spear of an older toy line. I think it's kind of, it's like if you've been to ZoloCon, like Zolo has their own line of sort of, they have a play on sort of the He-Man figures, and they have figures that are done in that style with the big arms and the kind of the bow legs and stuff like that. And they do a lot of them. It's this Zolo World collection, and it's become collectible because it's just, I think you can get them on their site. I actually they have a Frank Frazetta license, and they did a Death Dealer in that style. So I think for PowerCon, they've got kind of their own characters. I think that they're either have developed or had in the past or are developing. I mean, PowerCon was always based around He-Man, obviously, and at the time, Mattel was part of that. So I think they kind of hung their hat on those characters. But I think since Mattel is sort of, this is all coming out of my, my butt, man. I don't know, but I think that has something to do with that. Like Mattel maybe moved on, and they're trying to kind of create their own little. And people want this stuff. They want like a custom character for their for their show and stuff like that. So it's a great idea to enlist a company that makes very cool toys that are along the lines of He-Man and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That they made their name on to do their own thing. So I think this is their character. This Demistros is their own sort of creation, at least in name and maybe bio or something like that. But
yeah, and PowerCon's getting to be wasn't it almost all exclusively kind of built around Motu, but Horsemen are really, their presence there is just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So again, it made more sense in that sense as well.
It's growing, from what I understand, like it's really growing out of I wouldn't say the shadow, but like it's growing out of that Motu connection entirely. I still think that's a lot of the show, but I think that it's more inclusive of other things, which I think is great because, I mean, you can only get bigger and bigger. And from the sound of it, it was a great show last year. I really hope to get to go to it this year. I'm not sure if I'm going to, though.
Same. Are you going, Bill?
No, I really wish I could, but I don't think it's in the cards.
Yeah, there's so much going on, man. I mean, I'm hoping to get to MuskeeCon and of course Legions Con, and I don't know if I'm going to San Diego or not. So there's a lot. So yeah, I mean, I think that's it. I mean, this is again fits right in with Necronominus in that he's painted as a skull instead of the Belphegor look, which is this he works either way. He's got a very demon look that the skull is sort of poking through, and he also could just be a demon skull. So
yeah,
it's very cool.
For sure. I absolutely love this head sculpt. So
yeah, it's a really cool look.
Absolutely,
I dig it. I liked it a lot better than I liked it when I saw it when they did the teaser, when they just showed the head. I was kind of like, yeah, but like I love the color of the
armor.
The armor is really, really cool. I don't know if you can zoom in on that, but I love that look.
Not a lot of figures have that particular loincloth too. Like, is that only only Arethyr, or are there others with that one? I can't think.
I don't know.
That's a good question.
Really good.
There's got to be some customizers that know that right off the top.
Joe
of their
Suter
heads,
probably knows. Joe Suter. Who else has that loincloth? Is it only Arethyr?
This particular thing. It's a great basis for a lot of cool customs, though. Just even the paint without having to paint. Some pop and swap stuff. So
I like that it's got feet, not hoofs. Like,
I
like the hooves, but like, I don't know. I prefer feet, I think.
Yeah.
In general.
Yeah, me too. Me too. All right. So that is our news. And our guest is here. Our guest tonight needs no introduction to probably most of you in the chat at this point. Anybody who's been in this line for a while or been in the Cabal for a while. But those of you who are have not or are new, he is the Four Horsemen Studios production manager, customer service lead, head of shipping, and the guy who will cancel your in-stock sale order if you try to scoot the rules. And he's good at it. He's like, he will suss it out. He will figure out that it's you and you've ordered two of the same thing, and he will cancel that shit. He's also the owner, operator, designer, and production manager of D13 Toys, and is on the verge of launching an ambitious Kickstarter for his Biblical Adventures line of action figures based on personas from, of course, the Bible. Please, everybody, welcome Chris Gawrych, D13 Toys. Can I get an amen? Can I get an amen?
Yeah, I was gonna say, everyone put your hands together.
but you can get a happy birthday cookie.
Happy birthday cookie. Happy birthday cookie.
What's up, Chris?
Happy birthday cookie.
There he is, the straight poop. That's it. The straight poop. William Smithsonian. He goes by many names.
Steve Rogers.
That's right.
Heads Up Customs if you want to go old school. That was my old.
Yeah, we'll get old school. School. How's it going, man? Where are you?
My garage.
You're in the garage.
Nice as I can make it.
You brought the banner?
I brought the banner.
I saw the banner. I thought you must have went back to the studio, but
I brought it with me.
Nice.
And then every 5 to 10 minutes, the light will go off and I'll have to move around to make it go back on again.
That's me in my classroom at work. I have those same things. And every once in a while, I'm just like...
Or when you're sitting in the stall at work.
It sucks when that happens when there's a full classroom of kids. You know, it's boring.
Exactly. Nobody's moving. Everybody's asleep.
Yeah.
On their phones.
That's biblical.
Anthony House.
So, hi. What's going on, man? So, do you have any answers for some of those questions that we were throwing out earlier before we get into Biblical Adventures and really get deep into this?
No.
No, you have no answers for anybody.
I don't know.
No.
I don't know what's public and what's not, so I never answer anything.
I know.
Can you at least answer whether or not Uncone one is the
Did
same
they fix that?
spelling on the regular box?
No, because it was all made at the same time.
Oh, so it's not.
It's
still the Uncone one?
Yeah, because that was all made at the same time. And no, we're not going to.
It's a different box.
Yes, but it was carried over due to
just copied and
our
pasted.
package artist and nobody catching it.
Well, let's not blame the package artist. There are proofers that have to listen. I'm in the design business. There's people that have to look at this after. So
that's not very Christian-like of you, Chris.
I turned the other cheek. Trust me.
Yeah, and slapped it.
Kiss it.
Yeah, I mean that was it was such a dumb mistake because it's on the front. It's correct. And you think it's mentally you're just like, I'm reading the bio, and I'm not like, let me turn the package and look to make sure the side name is correct too. I was so worried about the front that I wasn't even thinking about the side.
So wait, that's your job too? You're the proofreader?
There's multiple proofreaders.
Okay.
No, listen.
I got to tell you, man, it was
other people too.
It slipped by me. I didn't see it. It's just one of those things that it's a weird formation of consonants that it looks right.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then you read it again and you go,
I didn't catch it. I did a review.
Wait a minute.
I didn't catch it in my review.
I mean, it's one of those things where those mind puzzles where you have a sentence with a couple letters missing and your brain fills in the blanks.
Right.
It's just one of those things.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yep.
Especially
Especially
with-
because it was spelled correctly in other spots there. So
Yeah, and it's a
Yeah,
weird
that's right.
spelling.
We're gonna get to this, but how can I follow Chris on Kickstarter?
Well, you can see
That is
under my
in the
name.
description. The link is in the description.
Oh, yeah.
You can
Okay.
go to Kickstarter.com and search for Biblical Adventures. If you spell it right, it will come up.
If you want to be
It's not hard to
technical,
spell.
it's
Yeah.
www.kickstarter.com/projects D13 Toys LLC /biblical-adventures.
Yeah, nobody's gonna remember that.
Yeah.
about as long as your nameplate on your desk with your job.
It's in the description.
Yeah. You can Google Alithia and then you'll eventually come around to it.
Right, exactly. Yeah, your brain is wired. It's just exactly. It's and nobody cares. It's kind of a cool thing, actually. I kind of like it that
It is, yeah, like what Michael said. It's a charming error.
No. I don't like any errors. Trust me.
Well,
My OCD and my ADD sometimes work well and sometimes don't work well. And then when I see something like this, I'm just like, I get OCD about it. I'm like, I get so mad.
Yeah, but that happened with Kenner. Kenner, it's a big company. Like they screwed up. Hasbro's done that.
Hey, Luke Skywalker. Remember the Luke
Yeah.
Skywalker with the
Yeah.
two W's?
Yep.
Classic.
Yep.
Yeah. And it's
So-
not like
Hot Toys, actually, Hot Toys. You were a Hot Toys collector. I had the
Yeah.
DX9, the Bespin Luke,
Yeah.
and mine came with what was it? Was it 2 U's in Luke on mine? It was really weird. Like
Which
Luke.
that was the Bespin 2-pack. Remember with the
I had that, yeah. I sold that for
mine
like
came
$800.
with a misprint on it. Man, it was really weird. Like
They
it's
just
like
did it recently too. With
They redid it.
one of the clone
yeah.
troopers, where one of the clone troopers was it that had like
Mhm.
the nameplate, and it
Yeah.
was like something was
They-
misspelled on
There
there.
goes
Oh, they
the
misspelled
letter.
it.
Ooh,
Ooh,
this
I
is
like
cool.
that.
This is cool.
Wow.
This is better.
Is that a halo? Is that a natural halo?
I know, right?
Behind your head right now.
I mean, it's the computer monitor.
It's very
You know what? We're gonna keep it for now.
it's very mystical and biblical. Man.
That's kind of cool.
Well, spelling errors in the grand scheme of things, it's not like you accidentally put an extra head in a package or something like that.
I know.
it's
I
like-
mean-
That would be really bad.
I mean,
Right.
God forbid I did something extra bonusy,
Yeah, really. Like an extra head in the pack. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, don't worry. I'll make sure to take out all heads in the next pack. It'll be the headless one.
So let's. I'm going to pull this up. Actually, I'm going to pull up. Let's pull up the Instagram so you can follow
D13_toys.
D13_toys on Instagram. Right
That thing
here.
belongs in a museum.
That's right. Yeah, I mean, well, we'll start with the first thing, and I know that you and Bill covered a lot of stuff, and I did watch, so I don't want to like repeat too much because I know we have like some crossover audiences. We got 74 people here. Please hit that like while you're here.
Smash it.
This thing, I mean, right off the bat, you're going to have some crossover sales right here for Indiana Jones, obviously.
Yeah.
You forget the Build-A-Figure. You've got it right here, man. It's all set to go.
Yeah, I mean, I'm very intrigued to see what the build an artifact arc is going to look like when assembled. Because if it's in parts, I'm just trying to think of how you put it together. You know what I mean?
It's going to be awkward, right? I mean, it's going to be a little awkward, I think.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what parts it comes in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, how does it come? But like, I'm very happy with the way this came out. I like
It looks great.
The designs
beautiful,
along the
yeah.
edge. And like I said, I before I also changed it with the poles being in the front and then lower down. There's always different visuals of it.
Were they at the top in Indiana? They were at the top in Indiana Jones. Yeah,
a lot of the biblical descriptions have it. Greg, oh my goodness, Greg.
Wow.
Save that money for the Kickstarter.
Oh, dude,
That's huge, Greg.
thank you, Greg.
Greg's
You know what?
Awesome.
All right, and I know Bill did this on the show, but I'm going to put some of this towards the Kickstarter as well, man, because I'm going to be ordering some figures as well. So
Thank you.
you, Greg. That will go to support Chris.
Thank you.
Nice.
Normally, it would just support me or the show, but we'll put that towards Chris's for sure. But sorry, yeah, you were saying, So you how did you research this? I mean, like,
No.
what was the
It was.
I mean, nobody really knows what this.
No,
looked
of course
like.
not. I mean, there's a lot of old art. There's obviously a lot of different descriptions. You know, translations, translation errors. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, it's again. There's different versions. I'm just going with the one that to me is different but still accurate. You know, it's not like I'm making it up. There are versions like this with the poles at the front and at the bottom. And you know, if you think about it, carrying it either way makes sense, whether it's higher, lower, front, sides, like they all make sense. So
yep.
I
And you
actually
think
like
that they would
this.
have it aloft so that if they had it on their shoulders, it would be above them. Some, you know,
Right.
instead of like below, like that does make more sense.
Yeah.
So I always knew that the 10 Commandments, the stones were in, the tablets were in there, but I didn't
left the
know
other
about
5
the bowl of
behind.
manna, and I didn't know about I don't even know what the budded rod of Aaron is. I mean, to be honest, you're talking about a very non-theist here. I mean, not that I know the Bible. Like I do know a lot about it for somebody who is not religious, but that I did not know.
Larry.
What's that?
We're no Larry.
Yeah,
no,
Larry
was like amazing the other day.
Larry
man.
was
You
on
guys were
fire.
having-
Yeah, he
it
was.
incredible, like the burning bush.
The finish on this
Got a
looks
bump.
amazing, Chris.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully, you know, that's a metallic spray. We left the other 5 back at the temple.
15.
These 10 commandments. But yeah, it's like a nice metallic gold finish. The arc itself will be ABS, so it'll be, you know, the harder plastic.
Yep.
And then it'll be, you know, it'll have a metallic gold finish as well. It's not going to be gold plated or electroplated.
Right.
Although tempting to think about doing. You never know. All I'm going to say is you never know. I got to see what the costs are going to be, but you know, it
stretch gold.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, or just for the heck of it.
This is a good reflection you got off of here anyway. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, I know what you're saying. Like, it would be pretty cool to have that be mirrored, but it does look good.
Yeah, I mean, if they have a good metallic, if they have a good metallic gold finish, I'll be happy with that. You know, whether it's painted or whatever. But you know, I'd say most of it is going to be ABS, except for like the angels on top. So and yeah, that might be all. An extra of just the art.
So yeah, we'll get to. I mean, I'm going to get to that as to how it's. But I don't even know if you have this worked out yet or not. I mean, you
get nothing. Thank you, sir. Goodbye.
Yeah, we're going to get to a lot of this stuff here. A lot of these questions that are popping up here, and then we get the priest.
High priest. Yeah. So the high priest is in book. I want to say book 4. With the ark. So he comes, it's the priest, the ark. He comes with a little like a bowl of incense on a chain that he holds. And
what is the chest piece? Like I've seen that before and I remember that, but I can't remember what that.
That's the chest plate of Belloc. I mean, the chest plate of Aaron.
You know what? That's right. He had that on, didn't he?
Yes, he did. Yeah. Which
that's
I was
right.
In my research, I forgot that he had that on. And when this is the chest plate of Aaron or the breastplate of Aaron. Okay. And each of the stones on the front, there's 12 stones. Each one represents one of the 12 tribes.
Apostle. The tribe. Okay.
The 12 tribes. Yeah. And so when I was researching it, I was shocked that they actually did a really good job in researching it themselves. So they had it really well done. So it was a good basis to start from. And there's been a lot of people that make their own and stuff. And there's a lot of descriptions and whether it goes like 3 across 4 down or 4 across 3 down. So, you know, it looks better with 3 across 4 down. So I just went that way.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. It fits a human better. Wow. So that's going to be great too. There's your, there's your Belloc accessory. If you're just in it for Indiana Jones.
And the, I'm toying with, since it's going to be flexible, so you can slip it on and off easier.
2 pieces in here.
I'm toying with making it clear so that the stones, when they're painted, have a little bit of a translucency. But the problem is it's very small, so I don't know how well it's going to look. So I'll probably do like a paint sample with the factory and test it out. But either way, it should look really nice.
Yeah, that might be That might be a little overkill, man. I don't know.
Hey, listen, I like the details,
I know.
I work for a company that does a ton of details on their toys.
I know, that's true. And you do know how to get it done at a good price. So there's the man himself.
Yep. And then so like I tell everybody, all of these figures for the most part are based off of artwork. That's like one of the original ones right there.
Yep.
And that one's been done several times, but the one I'm doing it on is more modern one.
That's the more modern one. Which is I'll just jump to that real quick because you do have that up here. Here we go. There it is.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so that's what
this was done in like the early 20th century, something like that, right?
Oh gosh, when was this one?
This looks very modern. Like this looks 40s, 50s.
Yeah. I mean, it's not extremely old, but yeah.
But the idea and the concept and the painting was old. That first one that we showed was older.
Yes. So. Which I know I wrote the date in the bio. I just can't remember off the top of my head.
Was this an artist? Was this a description in the Bible of the blood and water, or was this?
Well, in the description, I wrote about it in the first one. It was I forget her name, but the woman had like a vision and saw him, and he told her about the red and the blue.
So the artist herself was her.
Yes, she saw the vision.
This was her vision. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. I did read this and I forgot completely about that. Interesting.
Yeah, you do a great job with these descriptions, Chris.
Hugs, Nate.
So like just skipping around, like what was that the paintings? Was that kind of a jumping off point for the idea for this? Was like
no,
based on the artwork, or it was going to be based on biblical characters, and then like, hey, there's all this artwork out there that would be great to those figures.
Yeah. I mean, like when I thought about it back in like 2008, it was kind of like I was just thinking about what hasn't been done. I wanted to kind of do something, my own thing, my own line, something that's interesting. And I was like thinking about it, and like, there's plenty of statues out there. There was the accoutrements, 5 points, cheap, not, garbage ones out there. And it just sort of was born from that. And then over time, probably once I went to Florence and saw the Duomo, and the artwork in there is when I started like really, oh man, the artwork, like that's beautiful. Like I want to use some of that. And then I started with the first one that you showed with the red and blue beams, which is the, like the Jesus, I trust you, painting.
Right.
Or I trust in you. And then I was like,
name so you can see your face.
And then I was like, oh yeah, let's, I'm going to use that. And then I just started finding more artwork, and it's like stuff that you like, I've seen that before,
Yeah.
And it started making sense. And that was kind of like the whole connection of the project. Once that clicked, then it was like, oh, this and that and the statue and this and this. So it's been fun kind of like figuring out, what to do, what to use.
Yeah, I did want to ask you how this has evolved since you said 2008 when the initial idea hit you.
Yeah.
So it's been quite a few years. Like,
oh yeah,
yeah.
Thank God.
Finding the artwork and getting the sculpts going and getting some materials in. What are some other kind of big milestone evolutions that have taken place over this time period?
Well, I will say though, the one thing is, I'm very happy nobody else came up with this idea in that long stretch of time.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, you sweat that a little bit.
Yeah, every year, because like I said, when I first started it, I wrote down a bunch of stuff in a notebook, and then I just got busy with going to China, sculpting, production, marriage and kids, and it just went by the wayside for a long time. And then then I was no longer at the company, so I was kind of in between jobs for a couple of years, and so when I went to Italy, that was before that. That was like 2008 or something, or no, 2012. I forget when it was, and that's when I kind of got back into it again, and then out of it again, and then when I was unemployed, I got into it again. Found my old notebook, just took that and kept going, and then things got a little sidetracked, and then I started working at Four Horsemen full time, and started getting back into it again. It's just been an on-off process. I think I started sculpting the body around 2018.
Damn. You are lucky that nobody else has really
I
put out
know.
anything like this.
I know. And I was like,
you're so good at keeping secrets. So
yeah, when you told me about it, I'm like, I think it's an amazing idea, and I couldn't believe nobody else had done anything like this, because it just feeds into, like, there's a lot of people outside of action figures that will buy into this stuff. There's a lot of stuff like that I think that if people knew about things that existed, they would be collecting. They would get them into collecting action figures, and I think you're going to get a lot of people like that who are just have nothing to do with action figures. Any of the people generally in our chat here that are, or in the cabal, that are going to get into this and buy these things. It's endless, man. It's really like you could have a nativity scene, and you know what I mean. It's amazing.
Yeah, that sort of segues into a question I was going to ask you too, Chris. What have you been doing to market this, like sort of outside things like this, within the toy community? What kind of other places have you been putting this out?
I mean, it's been tough because, again, just being busy. I mean, you guys know how much I love work, and not even being facetious.
Yes, no, it's weird. But you have a good job, so
I have a good job and a good company and good bosses.
Yeah, good people.
So I love everybody that I work with. So, I did want the Kickstarter to be live back in November during Legions Con. That didn't happen because some of the stuff wasn't, thank you, Curtis, wasn't ready yet, and so I really didn't get to do too much advertising. And this, I'm going to touch on what Curtis just said too, actually.
We'll come back.
Go ahead.
And so, I've been like just on Instagram and a little bit on Twitter and Facebook, but mostly it's been Instagram because I have a lot of connections on Instagram already anyway. And so with my main D13 account, a lot of those connections came over, and I've been like trying to get more connections both in action figures, photography, and the, Catholic Christian groups as well. Because, I want them to see it. I want them to decide for themselves if they think it's cool or not, and if they want to buy it or not, but they're not going to know unless I get it in their face. You know what I mean? If they see it.
Sure.
And so I've been taking out some ads on Instagram and stuff, and
good.
That kind of advertising.
What kind of response have you been getting outside of the toy community? Like you said, from some of these Christian groups?
I mean, I had one pastor who was like, "I'm absolutely going to get this and have it in my office," and you know what I mean. So like things like that, I'm like, "Yes, please." That's awesome.
I would think that like Sunday schools and things like that. I mean, where you've got kids. Oh, hello. Let there be light.
Let there be light.
I move too much.
Yeah, I would think that this would be incredible for stuff like that, for Sunday schools and Catholic.
I mean, the tough thing though is like the age range, because obviously there's a lot of small parts. I don't want someone choking on a tiny baby fish. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true, I guess.
But at the same time, you can
put the fish away.
I want it to be educational, because like you'll have the bio, like I was saying, you have the bio, and it's going to be in English, Spanish, and Hebrew. So it'll be, just short bio.
Right.
And then there'll be a like a faux parchment paper rolled up, and it'll have some scripture on it that's kind of relevant, to the character that it's with. So, and on top of that, showing the different, skin tones, the different paintings, the different characters themselves, different things like that. Again, educational. Like I'm trying for it to be fun and educational.
Yeah. I just want to jump back to the Curtis. Thank you, Curtis, for the $4.99. Yep. So,
and that helps.
I'll let you answer that, and I'm just going to sort of give a little display based on what you've said.
But yeah, the community.
You were saying they're in scale more with Marvel Legends. This is more of a standard basic body Marvel Legend, not a giant Thor figure or anything like that. So 6.5 inch. So they're going to be a little, they're going to be a little bit smaller. But in terms of like photography, if you're talking about that, here you go. You know what I mean? Like you've got forced perspective. It's going to be fine. You know what I mean? Like there's nothing saying that you can't line up some people like this.
Oh yeah.
With Mythic Legions, and this
I'll
is a particularly
definitely-
high helmet too. So it's
Yeah. Oh yes, it
more
is.
in line with some other stuff, a little bit better, but very very close. Just not quite the same. Because Mythic Legions have always been a little bit bigger than Marvel Legends, and
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's
Yeah.
that was designed to be that way.
Yep.
And you know what? Like, I think I sent them to you, but like I have the figure comparison photos, so I'll be getting those up.
oh, good.
Soon.
Okay.
And
Wait, you
I'll
sent
be-
them to me?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I sent them to you.
Okay, was that the okay? That was the transfer you gave me today. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Thank you, Steph.
Thanks, Steph.
Thank you, Steph. Appreciate it, man.
Steph's been helping me on a couple of pieces too. He's helped sculpt a few.
Oh, awesome!
Yeah.
Nice.
I didn't know that. That's fantastic.
I didn't know that either. That's some
Yeah.
news.
Extremely
That's great.
necessary. So he came through clutch on a couple pieces. So I
Nice.
That's
appreciate him. He's an awesome guy. I love him.
Oh,
Mhm.
but
For sure.
He's like a
Yeah, super
sweetheart,
nice.
and his little newborn baby, so cute.
Oh
Oh,
my god,
adorable.
so cute.
yeah.
I'm walking the other day, little first steps. Oh my god,
Yeah.
sorry,
Yeah.
segue, but it was really cute.
Little wobble.
Yeah.
But the community has definitely been amazing because it's funny how all the little puzzle pieces come together. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like coming and starting all the way back from working at NECA, because between sculpting and then going to China, making those connections, getting
Yeah.
connections with the factories, and not only the factories but the good factories.
Yeah.
And rolling that into Mythic Legions and for Horsemen, and working with the Horsemen, because the Horsemen have been phenomenally supportive and helpful, like beyond belief. And then with going for Horsemen and then doing all the customer service and the sales and all this stuff, and just getting to know more people, and I treat everybody the same. I treat them all like they're brother and sister. You know what I mean? I'm always nice to everybody as best as I can be, and they know that, and that's why they're supporting me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's beautiful how it all just comes together.
It's a great community, and like you're everybody knows you, like and they know you, and you're likable, and as much as you bust balls on ordering things properly and not calling me after with your missing part for your test shot or whatever.
I need to send an email. I'm missing an N. I need an N for my unknown one.
Yeah,
get an
my
N?
unknown one is missing.
Can you
an
send that,
N,
please?
sorry.
Yes, I'll send it on a piece of paper. You can cut it out and just glue it on.
But besides the end, the quality control that you bring to a line that we all know and love,
Yeah.
we know that that's the exact same kind of quality you're going to put out with this line.
Exactly.
I mean, I
that's
hope
true,
so.
too.
It's
Mhm.
obviously tough in mass production, because
Mhm.
I can't look at 10 20,000 figures, and the factory is not going to catch every little problem on tens and twenties of thousands of figures. You know what I mean? So
Sure.
I'm lucky that the factory does a great job, and that they have the ability to do beautiful work, and we try to catch all the little problems before they become big problems, but sometimes it happens.
There's a lot of stigmata to paint, man, and you could definitely miss some stigmata. I'm sure
Yeah.
along the way, somebody's going to miss a little dot, and it's going to be a problem.
That's definitely going to be annoying to make sure that they have all the correct hands in the sets.
You got a lot. Well, I mean, there's a lot. Let me go back to this. There's a lot of stuff with these. I mean, look at this.
Especially this figure in particular.
so-
I mean, look at this.
He's got both sets of hands, because he's the only dark skinned figure outside of the blank buck.
Mhm.
And so I was like, he needs to come with everything so that people can do, portray
Right.
him how they want. So he has the regular hands and feet, the stigmata hands and feet, the sandal
Right.
feet, and then some of the nice accessories.
But I mean, a lot of them. I mean, okay, that one's a little less, but like a lot of them
that
come
one-
with.
That
Yeah.
one's less, because that's resurrected Jesus. He's only going to come with the stigmata hands and feet.
Right.
He's
Right.
not going to come with regular ones, because it would make no sense.
No accessories. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But a lot of these come with some great stuff and soft goods.
I love that one.
and-
That one is
yeah,
too.
that's
Sherry.
great.
Sherry painted that face, and it's just like, oh, man,
It's so good.
that's so cool.
I wanted to ask you if you were. Let me just bring this up. If you were going to do, if you're going to do this one.
what was that affectionately called? Monkey Jesus or something like that?
Yeah, well, it was the Echo, was it Ecce Homo or something like that, Jesus? I mean, it was a beautiful painting until some woman painted over it.
Until she thought she could
Did
do
they ever
better.
did they ever restore this thing? It's horrible. It actually would be. I mean, I know you're not going for humor here, but it would actually be kind of interesting to have that. But
Well,
the actual original painting was really nice. So that was a really nice depiction. So it would have
something
been
something that I
cool.
would love to do, and I haven't really figured out a good way to portray it, would be like a stained glass version.
Ooh, yeah.
But I don't know how I would do that.
Right.
It would be like,
oh, that would be cool, man.
yeah, it might.
That's almost like, you know what? That's almost like the what are they called? The cell shaded X-Men or something like that. You'd have to have little bits of paint on parts of it. You know what I mean? Like to be like the different pieces of glass.
Could you sculpt it like with shapes into the sculpt or?
Yeah, I don't know.
It would be tricky.
Yeah, and I will say that was some an idea that Eric gave me. So I'm never gonna take credit where I don't deserve it. That was his idea, and it's an awesome idea. But I'm just like racking my brain to make it look correct.
Cool.
That is cool.
Like cell shading would be a neat idea, but then
wave 2.
Yeah, campaign 2.
Yeah, campaign 2. Yeah, exactly.
You know, like, but sometimes they got the lines dividing the colors, and it might look weird. You know. Yeah,
John the Baptist.
Transparent plastic. That would be awesome because then it would have that transparent look to it too. So
yeah,
I keep thinking about it. Thanks, Rick Jones.
I think there's a way. It's not going to be like perfect, but I think it's kind of a cool idea, man.
Yeah.
And even, you know what? Even some backdrops. You know, eventually, like if this goes well, like some backdrop pieces for like a stand with a stained glass window behind it would be pretty cool.
Oh yeah. I was gonna talk about something bigger than that, but you know,
go ahead. Play sets?
Yeah. I mean,
cathedrals.
If that would go.
Sermon on the Mount playset
with gargoyles.
Well, I did the math earlier, and if you did a 1/12 scale arc, it would be, I think, 46.5 feet long, something like that. So
there you go.
Oh, we can beat the G.I. Joe flag.
You should have BAF animals in here. You should have 2x2.
But no,
that's the next one.
Yeah,
that's when Noah's in the line. We'll have that one.
He was going to be in this line, but he got axed.
Probably not the best way to put it, but okay. No, especially with John the Baptist standing right here.
Yeah. He was going to be in the line, but I just couldn't. It wasn't, for lack of a better word, it wasn't exciting enough. You know what I mean? Like all the other characters come with exciting kind of bits and pieces, and you know.
Well, I guess if you do Noah, you'd have to have a couple of animals with him. I mean, that's going to be like the croc master of your line. It'll have to come with some articulated giraffes or something like that.
Well, you know what? I mean, even with that, I mean, so this will just go right into what I was going to say anyway. Because I was thinking about like doing the nativity, and I think I discussed it with Bill, where if the line fully funds all 4 books, which will be a total of 24 figures plus 2 bonus figures, hint, wink, wink. I would then do the female buck, and then with the female buck, you know, you would have Adam and Eve, Mary and Joseph, and then nativity scene. So like with the nativity scene, I'd probably do like a cardboard, pop up kind of display with it, where it's like a nice rendered, painted, scene. And then with the animals, this is where I was going with that, is I want to see about just something that's on the open market, that you can source. And then, depending on how it looks, I mean, just have it painted up at the factory, to a little more realistic, even if it looks
for the actual manger or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but a box set in a manger shaped box.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, pretty cool. See?
We could have baby Yoda.
That's a sign right there. That's a sign.
We have baby Yoda in the crib.
Yeah. Little Grogu. May the force be with you.
We got John the Baptist, and
people going crazy.
So this was our This is our secret reveal, right? This was
this was
no,
Bill's,
this is Michael. This is
Bill's secret reveal. Yeah,
this is Michael's secret reveal, or
no,
Bill's
this
secret
was
reveal
Bill's,
of Michael.
Bill's was the statue of this one.
Yeah, the
That's
statue
right.
of this.
Yeah. Which is really cool, man. Like I love this. This looks incredibly painted. With this Sherry too.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Sherry did a lot of this, which I'm very appreciative of her. But I can't wait for it to be an actual like toy form where because the clothing are kind of hard and crunchy from the paint. So I wanted one that I can play with. You know,
this is going to be amazing. This is the kind of stuff I again, you know, I love the idea. I'm into some of this stuff, just from a standpoint of photography. It was going to be pretty cool, like this.
Yeah, and those wings, Michael. With the wings, everybody asks. The wings themselves plug into the back, so there's going to be like a rectangular port in the back where the halo can plug in, the wings can plug in, and the angel wings themselves will have like a swivel point at the top, where the two parts come together on each wing. Right. So it's a basic swivel. I didn't want to get too crazy with trying to engineer. There we go. Trying to engineer the wings to also, kind of go like this too, so they'll just they'll just go like that at the connection point. Because I didn't want it to be too big and bulky. You can never really, do it too well without it being bulky.
Right.
And then on the is your thing frozen?
No. Are you okay?
Oh, yeah. No. I wasn't sure if you're.
Yeah, something happened. I don't know what happened. Am I okay?
You're good. You're good.
Are you moving on the Instagram page? Is what I should ask.
No, I'm good here. Something happened to my mouse. So
he hasn't.
Are we okay?
He hasn't advanced the slide. No.
Yeah, because
do you want me to move it?
No. I thought I heard clicking and nothing was moving.
No, I'm trying to pull something up here, so don't mind me. Just go about your business.
Thank you, boss. But yeah, St. Michael. I mean, what are we at for likes on that? It's insane. I was floored. 583.
That's nuts.
I'm like beyond ecstatic about that. Like that people love this that much. It makes me so happy, and I'm so appreciative of everybody. And I like the way he turned out, and I'm glad other people did. Him, and the statue one. So,
yep,
those are going to be. And then, today I showed the statue version of the Lucifer figure, and that has the bat wings in it. And with those wings, I am trying to engineer so that they can kind of open and close around him a bit.
Cool.
And that it will be a little bulky in the back, but it's already bulky. So
this is the new reveal, right? This is that's sort of exclusive that I blew.
Your exclusive, yeah.
That I blew with our thumbnail that I didn't realize that I had blown.
But now you can see the painted bat wings are so cool.
Yeah,
this is awesome.
Dude, they look so good.
And I
look at that. Look at how they look on. They look so cool.
Wow. I wanted to give him those angel wings with a different color, like more hawkish, just to differentiate from
beautiful
ones. And Sherry just knocked it out. It was awesome.
Well, he was the most beautiful angel, right?
Yeah. Those wings look so cool.
Oh,
I love the color on them.
The demon wings look amazing.
Yeah.
Really, really cool.
The details on that are phenomenal. And then so this one is a deluxe figure, book 4. And this one comes with, this is basically the, pre and post Fall from Grace. So you get both versions. You get two different heads. So you get a kind of a smirky, smug head, and then the sad head, which is from the statue.
Before.
Yeah. You get the 2 sets of wings. You get, standard hands and feet. You get the crown.
I love the apple too. The apple's fantastic.
Oh, you didn't get the picture I sent you. The scepter's wrong. I told you I sent you updated pictures.
Oh, well, I don't know. Okay. Oh, that was your pictures? Oh, the ones I was supposed to show those? Okay. Yes. You didn't tell me any of this, man.
I sent you a text. I said, I sent you updated Lucifer pictures for tonight.
All right. Well, I didn't get to. I thought those were just new things to do. So sorry.
No,
anyway.
all that is if you go back to that picture, I'll show you what the difference is.
Hang on a second. Let me open those up.
How will he look with the unconed one's wings? Funny.
Are we back up?
No.
Nope. I gotta share it again. Okay, hang on. Oh God. You know why? Because I'm using this pad. It's the worst.
While he's looking for that, Chris, I'm sure this has been out there before too, but I don't remember the name or the reason behind D13. Can you share that with us?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty simple. I was just trying to think of something that represents me. And so my daughter and I are both Year of the Dragon, and 13's my lucky number, always has been. And so it's just like, oh, D13 Toys. Like it kind of just like, that makes sense, right? And then I was just playing with the logo. And but do you know what the original name that I was going to go with for the line was? I Noah Guy, Noah.
Oh, that's awesome.
and part of it made sense because in what I do with helping other people with their projects, it's I know a guy, I know
Right.
this, I know who could do that, so it just was funny and it worked, but it was too funny, so I didn't do it. So the D13, I was playing with the like a D, and I was like, oh, that line in the D, oh, that could be the one for the 13, and I started putting it together and drawing it out, and then had my one of my friends from my old job help me work it out digitally, and that's it. That was it, and it was beautiful.
Nice.
Yeah,
it looks great. It's a great looking logo.
Thanks. Okay, so on this guy, so the
but Archangel Michael would be cool in transparent blues, and maybe
why,
glowing.
Why transparent blues?
I don't know, just be cool.
Yeah, might be another character in transparent blues.
Force Ghost.
What now? So in this picture, the scepter is gray. That's the one that comes with the statue. So that's incorrect. He will come with a painted one, but he'll come with two. He'll come with the one that's together, which is he had before his fall from grace, and then the broken one, which was after the fall from grace, which is in the statue. He will also come with a sword as well. So there's a sword and then the two scepters in there. Yeah. So
cool.
I was talking with Bill. I was talking with Bill. Bill at work. Last night or the night before, and I'm just like, man, I feel like something's missing. And he goes, "What?" He's like, "Is he getting a sword?" And I was like, "Oh, I forgot the sword."
Yeah, so, he does have to have a sword. So he has a sword now in the new pictures?
Yeah, we photoshopped it in.
Oh, good. Good. Yeah. Nolan loves this. Everybody's loving this, man. This looks really, really good. I love this plate armor on he's got on and stuff.
Yeah.
It's just really, really.
And I thought it was cool because like there's not really any pictures of Morning Star himself. You know what I mean? Like there's very, very little out there about him, or if he really existed. Because there's a lot of it's just stories,
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, since we already have Michael, I was just like, you know what? He's going to be in the same vein because they were both, angels. And give him the same outfit, the same armor and everything. But I was like, oh, let's make it red. It's perfect. So I love the way it turned out.
Yeah, it's great. The head sculpts are awesome. Yeah, this is going to be really, really cool.
Yeah,
like it transcends. Like there's going to be some stuff for everybody, I think, in this. Religious, a-religious, semi-religious, whatever. It's just cool, man. There's some cool stuff here, and you've got these bucks too, right? Like you've got. You haven't shown these yet, and I'm not going to blow anything, and by showing anything, but are you going to have these bodies available or no?
Oh, you mean like the blank bucks?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I think you said box. Sorry.
No, bucks.
Yeah. There's going to be, light skin, medium skin, dark skin, blank buck bodies available, and they'll come with a full set of standard hands and regular feet and
looks great.
That's the sexy Lucifer. I love that description.
It is. Yeah. I know.
And actually, so that's the second one. The first one was almost the same. And it's interesting because they were done by two different brothers. Like they were brothers, but the one did the first one, the other one did the second one. And they're very similar, which is amazing considering that, it's two different guys
But the first one was deemed too sexy. So,
yes.
Yeah.
And then he made this one just slightly less sexy.
Well, speaking of box, you had a great video the other day showing your packaging.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm very happy.
You want to talk about that? We can
Yeah.
show some of that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Super cool.
I'm no good on pre-recorded videos. I'm more off the cuff.
Oh, I didn't realize you were you were walking in front of it. I thought that was an image.
I
forgot that was the video. But that is what they look like, right there. They're going to be these really cool, like open box, like
a book,
like Bibles.
Yeah. I thought it was perfect.
Really
cool. What other way could you go with that? You know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The inside flap. I love that how it's going to have the story, and you said it's going to be in all 3 languages.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's really super clever packaging.
Yeah. Hey Kevin. Have the introduction, and I haven't written the introduction yet. I'm still working on that, but the bios will be condensed, and then the inner flap will be art by the Nate the Great. So he's working on that for me.
Oh, nice.
I mean, what better person to do it, right? Someone
that's
who's
going to be that's going to be some cool stuff, right?
Religious and an amazing talent,
right?
So, if he messes it up, he's got extra slaps coming from upstairs.
Not just from you,
the big guy.
Not just from you. Yeah.
It'd be Monty Python-esque.
That's right. Nate. What is this, Nate? Hurry up, you're late.
Hey, isn't that what I said the other day? I said biblically late, Nate.
You're biblically late. Only took me 7 days, Nate. What's going on?
Well, Lord, I'm working on it. I'm on it. That'd be his response. I love Nate. He's the best.
He is the best.
And he's so talented.
When you got into this, so you got into this industry, like how did you, well, you could tell us how you felt, maybe how you got into this industry, but like, was this the goal? Was the goal to make your own line, or did you have that in mind, in the back of your mind the whole time? Or was it just like, hey, I just want to get into this stuff and have fun and make a job out of this?
Yeah. I mean, it's business. Like, everybody watched Big and was like, oh, I want to work in the toy business too.
Right. I want to build one of those big pianos.
Yeah. I want to test out children's toys and have them play with it. And,
Hell yeah.
So, I mean, we all started out collecting our toys and playing with toys and having adventures with toys, so that's part of all our childhoods. And, for a lot of us, it hasn't left. And so when I was in, after high school, I started sculpting when I was working in a little comic/toy shop in Bayonne, New Jersey. And I did a custom figure. I think I took an animated Batman and made it into an animated Space Ghost, so it was just like cutting off the ears, sanding it down, using some super sculpey and, making, a couple things here and there and painting it. And my boss was like, he thought it was pretty cool. And I made a couple more. And then there was this one guy, Robert, who came in and was all about it. And he commissioned me to do something like 30 figures, 30 different characters, mostly DC stuff, because they weren't making a lot of DC stuff. And I brought my friend in on it too, because he was an artist, and we both, did it so many things. And then after that, I started working on like heads for 12-inch figures. I was working on a Dirty Dozen set from the movie, which was cool. I only got like 4 or 5 heads.
6 scale?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's something I would love to see, to be honest. That'd be cool. And then after that, I started going bigger and doing like busts. So I did like from Poltergeist 2 with that evil preacher guy.
Oh yeah.
God,
the Walking Man.
Holy temple.
The Walking Man.
Yeah, that guy was freaking
dude.
Yeah, he was.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. So I did it's funny, I still have it too. it's in my other room. So I did that. I did like a couple of busts like that, and did a pinhead one. And I took literal nails and nailed it into the head to make it like, it was, the way I did it was stupid because I had a lot of damaged ones because I couldn't get the nails in properly. But
that's a lot of nails to stick into a
it was almost
sculpted
accurate
head too.
Yeah. A 1/6 scale too.
Jeez.
And a lot of this
Yeah.
Stupid nails. Why did I do this? But
Why did I wait till it's solidified to do this?
yeah, I should have had like little pre-made holes in there and stuff. I just did it all wrong. I was stupid. But that piece I brought to the show it was either Chiller or I think it was Chiller, not Monster Mania, and Chiller Con. And Doug Bradley was there, and he signed the bottom of it. He's like,
Nice.
"Oh, what do you have there?" And I was like, "Oh, I made this." And he's like, "Would you like me to sign it?" And I was like, "Yeah, please, sure."
Yeah.
So he signed it.
Wow,
I still
nice.
have it. Yeah, I still have
Still
it.
have that? That's cool.
And I did
That's
it in
cool.
translucent too, so it was clear. I have a thing for clear,
nice.
I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then I was showing it to NECA because that's when they did tables there, you know. And was talking with Randy and the lead sculptor Kyle, and then showed them that, and he was like, well, it's pretty cool, maybe little this, little that, but it's pretty good, And over the next like year, I proceeded to hound them for a job, and eventually they gave me a job, and then I started working with the clay instead of the wax instead of the clay. And then my first figure was the Scut Farkas from A Christmas Story.
Oh, right.
That's awesome.
Right, yeah.
So that's the very first thing in the industry for me.
Wow.
And, woo! And just from there, just more sculpting, and then going to China, and then now not sculpting at all. So it is what it is.
Do you miss that?
Yes and no. I want to get into digital so bad, but I just don't have the time.
Yeah, I know. It's and it's like once you get into this is your job. Like this is what you're doing. Like it's hard to. It's a lot of time to commit to learning new software, man. It's not as easy as it used to be.
To be honest, we have all the we have the equipment at work, and we have.
You got a guy that could teach you too.
And I have plenty of
the
resources.
best guy.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, Bill and Eric, like both of them, are
true enough. Yeah, Bill too. Yeah.
And Bill's currently right now teaching somebody else, one of our guys that was helping out with the ogre.
Oh, nice.
And he's doing a little bit here and there to learn it and pick it up, and maybe he might transition out to doing some work with us, but who knows? But
cool.
It comes down to the time, I can do it at work. I just don't have the time.
Yeah.
It could be part of my job.
Yeah.
Would you want to do it for this line? I mean, would you want to? Is that what you'd want to do it for? To be able to do your own stuff?
I don't know, but I would like to be able to take something that's already, somebody worked on and maybe tweak it.
Yeah.
Instead of
just
going
the ability
like,
to
do that, like it'd be easier for me.
Yeah.
I want to do this. I want to do that.
Yeah.
Speaking of time, Chris, since 2008, this has been in your mind, right? And I'm sure you've been chomping at the bit to get it out there. But do you feel that it's coming now and it's the right time because of all the experience you've had and the things you've learned and who you're with and everything that's come since 08? Does it seem like it's been worth the wait, even though it's probably been, kind of driving you nuts?
I will say this: it's still not ready, but I will make it ready to go. I still want 6 more months to work on this, but I don't.
That's a true artist talking. Yeah. You always want to tweak and stuff, right?
Yeah, and I'm lazy. That's another part of the artist.
I don't.
You need that. I understand where you're coming from. You need that fire under your ass. You need that deadline, because it's like that's when some of the best stuff comes out of that too. You know what I mean? Like
for
you
sure.
actually, and sometimes not, but you have to get it done, and it gets done, and you're, it's going to be good, man. You need that deadline for sure.
Yeah. So I set that deadline. The deadline was Legions Con. Like I really wanted it to be live at Legions Con, but I could tell it wasn't going to happen. Yeah. And I was disappointed, but I got a lot of people to check it out, and that was great. A lot of people were digging it and into it and coming by and saying hi for the times that I was at my table, because I was always all over the place or feeling like garbage.
I know.
And
I personally think now, in terms of like the finances of us customers, is just a much better time anyways. Like
I was going to say the same
last
thing.
fall was just brutal for figures and buying and stuff, shipping and just spending money. If
you're there at Legions Con, and you're asking people to go on and like pledge money after you've just spent $700 on Legion, it's like it's actually better timing, I think. Than I know what you're saying, like, but I think it was a great a great way to just introduce people to it and get them ready for it and see. I
Mhm.
mean, you actually had the stuff there, so
Yeah.
like you could actually see it, and it was cool looking in person. So I think that was probably, I think it was probably for the best, man. Actually,
And now there's a huge library of photos of people who just took
Right.
photos at your booth. Just you can go on Instagram and find a ton of it on there for people to
Yeah.
look at.
Yeah. I mean, Bill you put up a bunch. Thank you.
Yeah.
And I mean, but it's true. It's like able to legally add the artwork that the figure is based off. I'm not even going to bother with that.
no,
I don't want to deal with. I
too
don't
much
want
trouble.
Yeah. I'm not even going to bother. It might be on the website or something, but you know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, like at the show it was definitely good advertising, and I wish that I ramped up the Instagram more then, because I got, you know, again, it comes down to time, you know, and I just been pushing it for the last couple of weeks. Like, I mean,
you can. I know what you're saying, but you could. I mean, speaking from a marketing background, like you can overshoot it too. You know what I mean? Like you can overhype it for too long.
Yeah.
And people like, I think it's almost better in a little bit of a tight span. You know what I mean? Like I think
it's the urgency factor too. Then like
it is the urgency factor, and this is the first time people are seeing it. And if you'd seen it for a while and like you'd thought about it for a while, now I think there's going to be some. I think you're going to get that other customer again who's not the toy collector necessarily to see this stuff and go, especially if you're doing some advertising on Instagram and stuff like that, to go, oh, I need to get this. Like I need to get in on this. Somebody who's probably never been on Kickstarter in their life. Who knows?
Yeah.
But
and that's the other thing.
Going to be good.
With having as many figures available as I'm going to have, like I'm trying to figure out the best way of, you know.
I was going to ask that.
Yeah. It's hard because you can go to two different extremes, like everything listed or keep it condensed. And it's just like, I'm trying to think what's going to be easier for new people.
It's such a weird, like it makes sense on Kickstarter, but it's almost it's like, even as somebody, I've done 7 or 8 Kickstarters and it's still a little confusing. You know what I mean? I still have to like think about like, wait a minute, did I do the right thing here? Am I getting the right thing that I want? Am I getting everything? So yeah, it's tricky. And the fact that like, it's like, oh, I just want John the Baptist in this. And it's like, I have to click on that. I have to add that to my cart. Then I have to go back. I have to click to pledge this and then add that to my cart. And it's a little confusing. It's not set up for multiple products. It's set up for like a single product, basically. It's a little bit,
I mean, I remember my first one that I pledged and how confusing it was.
Yeah. And the figure things are just more and more confusing because like, you know, again, I want this figure and I want that figure and I want this figure. I don't want the whole wave necessarily. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. And that's easy. But it's like when you want the individual figures or you want to give people the ability to get the individual figures is where it gets really complex.
You basically have to have it be like all the figures are available as a reward. And then they're also all available as an add-on. So if somebody wants 4 out of the 6 figures, they have to pick one for the reward and then the other 3 as the add-ons.
Yeah, but I even forget about that stuff because when you add something to your cart that you can then go, oh, do this as an add-on, do that as an add-on, do that as an add-on. You don't think about like, oh, that's the way I can go about doing this.
Right.
Especially if you've never done a Kickstarter.
It's not intuitive. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I would actually suggest probably like if you're going to have that many, I think a video showing them how to do this, you know what I mean? Like actually walking them through the visually like, hey, if you just want these figures, here's how you can do it. Add this figure to your cart, go through and click the rest of the figures as add-ons that you want. Because people just don't know, you know what I mean? It's like there's still people with 12 o'clock blinking on their VCRs. So
I mean, it's true. I mean, it's very true.
We'll still be using VCRs.
Yeah. So that launches a week from tomorrow, correct? The 21st?
Oh God, please don't remind me.
Light that fire, baby.
And how long does it go for? When does it end?
Yeah.
I'm going to do the 30 days because I wanted to do 60 and like give. Sorry, I just saw Nolan's comment.
It's Nolan's comment. Well, St. George. I mean,
I know.
You know,
it's possible.
St. George.
But yeah, like I want to do 60 to give it enough time to, you know, to soak and to get enough eyes on it. But again, you lose that that urgency that you get
Yeah.
with a 30 day. 30 day is like, oh, I don't want to miss it. I got to remember, I got to put it in now. 60 day, they'll be like, I'll do it when it's, later,
Right.
when I have more money or whatever.
Well, you could always end it at Easter, and then 3 days later you could start it up again.
That'll be the backer kit.
Sorry, I couldn't resist.
Yeah.
Yeah, 21st, right? It's
Yep.
launching on the 21st,
21st.
February 21st. It will
Fat
be launching.
Tuesday. Fat Tuesday.
That's right. Fat Tuesday.
Everybody has to have pancakes on Fat Tuesday.
Punch keys.
I thought saw somebody. Where was this? Oh shoot! It was a great. You give an extension.
I saw that too.
Yeah.
I will
No
give
extensions.
a resounding no.
Exactly.
Doesn't it depend? So if on that third day, if the rock rolls away and Jesus steps out, and if he sees his shadow,
6 more weeks of
Just-
Kickstarter.
isn't that how that story goes? I don't
More
know.
weeks
Maybe
of
I got
Kickstarter would be
maybe I
great.
got that screwed up with something.
That would be fabulous. 6 more weeks of Kickstarter. So you think it's going to be a month? So you think it's going to be around March 21st or so?
Yeah, I mean, ideally, what I want to do is 30 days for the Kickstarter, 30 days for the backer kit, and then, maybe it's a little too ambitious, but I hope to have it in people's hands before Christmas. So we'll see how that goes.
Nice.
Wow, really?
shooting For, yeah,
Holy
I mean, these are
Well,
not
holy moly is the wrong
Yeah.
term as well, but yeah, wow.
these are
That
not
is beautiful.
overly complicated, as in Mythic Legions having over 200, deco hits on them,
Right.
Mm.
But
But there's still a lot of paint here, man. There's still a lot of stuff here.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah, go and click this. Go on to Kickstarter, hit the notify me on launch so you don't forget.
I will say this: I checked today before I left
Yeah.
work. See
How many followers
people,
you got?
how many people clicked on that Kickstarter link.
Yeah.
I was very surprised and impressed with the number. I was like, wow, all right, thank you very much.
Let's jump over there. I think I got this open. Let's go check it out.
Is the arc coming to Kickstarter next year? What do you mean, Curtis? It's coming with the High Priest.
Yeah, 190 followers, man. Nice.
I was just
Very
like,
cool.
considering I just put it up, what would
Yeah.
on the show, because we got the approval. And we
Yeah,
put the-
amazing. That's
Uh,
incredible, man. That's really, really good.
Can you expound on the backer kit here?
That's where you take a kit and you put it on your back.
Perfect. Thank you for that.
I mean, the backer kit is basically, can you use a backer kit if you only pledge like $1, or do you have to pledge at least one reward? I think you have to pledge a reward in order.
I think you have to pledge a reward. Well,
it's
I
like
don't
a
know
reward.
if you just back it with $1 or whatever it is, or a $2 contribution, you might get the backer kit too. You can do it and see if they want to get something on top of it. But I don't know how it works in terms of
But I mean, with the backer
actuality.
kit,
You know what I mean?
yeah, with
It
the backer
seemed like
kit,
a good idea.
it allows you to add on after the Kickstarter. You can,
Yeah.
as long as you order, have something in Kickstarter, then the backer kit is open to you, and you have 30 days to add to your order, change your
Right.
order, whatever you want to do, because then more things unlock during the
Mhm.
Kickstarter, and
Right.
Mhm.
So you put in an order if you go in like now and you add a few things to your order and you back those, and then things get unlocked later on. You get an email after the campaign's over. It says, "Okay, campaign's over. Here's your backer kit link." You go there and you can start adding stuff on, stuff that may not have been unlocked when you put your order in, and you can add more
Mhm.
stuff to it. So
yeah.
we got a couple things from Curtis.
And
He put $4 to clarify Noah's Ark. Curtis,
I read almost everything. You don't have to worry about that, my brother.
Yeah, and like I said, Curtis, earlier, I did the math on that. It would be about 45 feet long. So
I do like Cullen's comment though.
so it's going to be.
Thank you, Cullen.
holding back, slow playing the banter.
Yeah, really.
That's interesting though. Pablo Lopez said he doesn't get the option to click to notify it. I don't know why that is. Maybe try a
It
different
says,
browser.
what do you mean? It says content is Pablo. It says content is loading right now. I've been trying since you announced it last week. Oh no.
Yeah, like
What do you mean? It says
click to
content is
notify.
loading right now. I don't
He
understand
can't click
that.
the notify button. Yeah, just try to try to restart your browser or your whatever you're using.
Try a
Thor.
different browser too,
Try a
man. It
different
could be the browser.
Yeah.
Clear out your cache, or who knows.
Yeah.
That's just that seems like a browser problem.
And actually, Steve Morrow, he said Plunderlings did that with adding a figure after Kickstarter closed. So yes, that's actually something you do on the backer kit is, let's say, you opened up 20 out of 24 figures, but in the backer kit you raise enough additional money that that would have unlocked the other figures, so you can unlock them in the backer kit, and people can get those too. So that's actually it's just basically an extension of Kickstarter.
Does the backer kit,
it's a second chance, basically. Like you back some stuff if you want to back some more.
Does that immediately start after that initial 30 days, or is there a little buffer of time in between?
I don't. You know what? It's a good question. I think
it's as fast as you get it done. I think, right?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it'll probably be like a day or 2 or 3 at most before I get it up and running. So I'm not too worried about it.
So I have 45.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but the backer kit is essentially the fulfillment side. Like you're like.
So okay,
is this right? Like after the Kickstarter, everything gets sort of transferred over to backer kit, and that's sort of where it keeps track of everything after that, right?
Yeah, and the good thing with backer kit is originally Kickstarter, you have to charge for the shipping, and this is the real ghetto thing about Kickstarter is they then take their cut out of the shipping money that you collected, which is ridiculous. It makes no sense at all.
Wow, really?
And so and then you don't even know what the shipping costs are going to be. You have to kind of guess. You have to research and estimate and guess what the shipping's going to be. Whereas with backer kit, they have the information of people's addresses, and they can then get a pretty good, close, accurate cost of shipping that they will then charge the customer. So you're going to get paid twice. You're going to get charged twice. You get charged for the order, and then later on down the road when it's getting ready to ship, you get charged for the shipping. So that's
you don't do the shipping through Kickstarter, is what you're saying,
right? Yes. So it's the only downside is it's 2 charges. Like people they're like, why am I getting charged again?
It is a little confusing the way it's set up. It's too bad that they have to do that, though. Why would you charge people on shipping? And shipping is a set cost. You know what I mean? It's like
yeah. Actually, Mythic Dolphin. I'm gonna have to Mythic Dolphin. Please email me that information because I will forget.
Oh, there you go.
Forget. Email me at D13
I mean, the Pope's web dude, man. I mean, come on, that's good.
Email me
great.
D13 Toys.
Wow.
Gmail.
There you go.
Please.
Sounds like Mythic Dolphin Noah's a guy.
How'd you even get the Pope holding one?
Well, I will say this. I'm conservatively optimistic about the campaign, but my big dream big, I guess, whatever, is to have these carried in the Vatican gift shop.
Oh, there you go.
Wow, man. That's a possibility.
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
I've been to the Vatican gift shop. They have a lot of stuff, man. That would be cool.
Is there a reason for launching 221 instead of 228?
Is there something special about 28?
I mean, my birthday is 227. So I don't know if he's referring to my birthday or not, or the last day of February or what. I'm not sure.
Is there a specific biblical reference for that?
Good question. I mean, yeah, I didn't want to do it that late in February because I wanted it to be live for ZoloCon, because I'll have a table at ZoloCon, which is the 25th and 26th. So I wanted it to be live anyway.
There you go.
Here you go. Get this guy to help you out. To Jesus. Just kidding, Edgardo.
Sorry, Edgardo.
That's Spanish for the Jesus.
Yeah,
the Jesus. Yes. I'm going next month. Where?
Ooh, the Vatican?
To the Vatican? Or ZoloCon?
Two vastly different.
I don't know which one.
I hope that.
Thomas, send him a sample.
That would be cool. So, how many more things can we be expected to, or can we be expecting to release over the next few days? Are we going to see surprises when it launches, or are we going to pretty much see everything by the time it launches?
Well, since we have a week left, I will say that I will not be able to show everything, because I've only been showing like one thing a day.
Yeah.
and some of it wasn't even the figure. You know what I mean? Like the box. Like I'll show the blank buck body, or with all the articulation and everything. I'll show the 3. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, he is going to the Vatican.
Oh, nice.
Very
Nice.
cool.
For you.
I should get up a little advertisement postcard to send over to him. He can bring and drop them off there. Just leave a whole bunch of them.
I made it through, Rick. I was fine. That was good.
Mr. Allen in the world of toys. I will be on.
Yeah,
his
Mythic
shoot.
Dolphin, man. He's gonna contact you. Yeah,
Yeah.
He's definitely saw that. We were just talking about it. So if you missed it, like, yeah, for sure. That sounds good.
But yeah, I mean, there's going to be, other stuff shown. I'm just trying to decide what I'm going to show between now and then. You know what I mean? And then what I'll show once Kickstarter starts. And of course, there will be. Let me just. Oh, thanks, Bill. I wanted to make sure I wasn't getting yelled at. I had to check my phone. Sorry. I'm trying to not be too loud. And I'm in
I
a
sent
garage.
the Mythic Dolphin info over to Chris. That's what.
Cool.
Wow, my train of thought just went complete. Oh, so there's definitely 2 Kickstarter exclusives. There will be one Kickstarter exclusive that will be included for free for the complete all-in of all 4 books, 24 figures. Then there's going to be a Kickstarter exclusive that'll be available for purchase. So it'll be 2 exclusives,
Cool.
and they're fun. I like them.
Nice.
I was going to say, it's kind of in my head transitioned. There's been a few people, like, I don't know, kind of discussing about, is it right to do this or whatever. I mean, it's
interesting.
That's definitely your prerogative. Depends on which denomination you're in.
Yeah.
I mean, we all know there's crucifixes with Jesus everywhere. There's statues of Mary and angels and saints and demons and paintings and pictures and stained glass windows. Like, this is actually, like I said, I'm doing this based on artwork that exists. I'm doing it as respectful and educational, and I don't see anything negative. I don't see anything disrespectful. So I have no problem with it.
No, I guess I'm not sure which angle they'd be coming from there. I mean, it's not as if
but I'm like, you're not worshiping the toy.
Yeah, but you have nativity scenes. You have pictures. You have paintings throughout. I mean, it's a 3D version of a painting. Like, literally, some of them are.
Right.
Like, I don't see. I mean, I'm not coming from a religious aspect, I guess. But even thinking in that way, I can't see how this is. I think this is just another. I mean, I was going to say God knows, but like, you can go into a Christian like store, like bookstore or a gift store or whatever, and you can get everything under the sun.
Right. I mean, you have children's books with pictures and drawings. You probably got coloring books with pictures and
statues
and toys, mass marketed toys.
There are toys. I mean,
don't forget they had the what was it, the oh my gosh, what was the little, was it Little People?
Weebles?
No. The Fisher Price,
Fisher Price Little People arc.
Yeah, and they had the ark. Yeah, they had a bunch.
I had the ark. Yeah,
I think they had a Jesus, Mary, and Joseph too, or something like that.
They probably did.
My daughter has the Playmobil. I think it was like a advent calendar, but it was the nativity.
There you go. Yeah.
But I mean, again, you're not worshiping the toy. That's what idolatry is. You're worshiping this item. I mean, if somebody's going to worship the toy, that's on them. But that's not the point of doing it. You know what I mean? It's more like if you're buying these because you're religious, it's more of a conduit. It's more of a reminder. You know what I mean? Like, focus your feelings, but not to worship it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, there aren't explicit. I mean, there aren't explicit, even biblical laws against having, idols of Jesus. You know what I mean? Like, not like Muhammad. You can't, draw Muhammad or depict Muhammad or whatever. But like, that is a religious law,
Right.
but that doesn't exist here.
Right.
I mean, idolatry is a different thing. I think that's having some, worshiping
Yeah.
some
exactly.
other entity, and
yeah.
like the golden calf and things like that. That's not.
Yeah.
It's
Which
not
will be
having
with one of the figures.
toys. Yes, I know.
Unless this was on the 11 through 15 commandments, thou shalt not worship a 6-inch action figure. That we just will never
That's
know
one of the
about.
ones that broke,
Yeah.
though.
Right.
Be it wooden or plastic.
That's
Right.
right.
What is plastic?
Wow. Okay.
Right.
I saw that. I saw that. It's-
I had seen that too, for Christ's sake.
I've had that sent to me.
That is over the line. I mean, even for me, like that's a little crazy.
Right.
That was
But-
bizarre.
But I will say it is kind of cool the way they did it. Like
Okay.
how it transforms. Like I was like, all right,
Technically, it is.
I
Yeah.
don't agree with it, but it's pretty wild.
Yeah, I was good. I was good with Buddy Christ. I like that. That was good.
Yeah. I was thinking about like maybe trying to reach out to Kevin Smith for like a what do you call it? What's that called? Working together. What's that called again? Collaboration. Yeah, with like doing a Buddy Head Christ head.
I would
version.
stay away from that.
But yeah, I'm not gonna. It would have been.
I mean,
fun.
I think you're coming from it like you said, like an educational, and you're not just like somebody who's glomming onto this. You have convictions here. So
Yeah,
like
you can tell it's just not a money grab thing at all.
yeah,
You know.
it's
Right.
real. And it's a great idea. I mean, I just think it's something that people would want. I mean, you put a nativity up again, you know what I mean? Like, why would you not want to have this as if you, regardless of what it was, like if you want to do it for like, I know Pablo is into it for toy photography,
Right.
you know,
yeah.
he wants to do some stuff with it, which would be
Mhm.
great.
Yeah.
I honestly, I can't wait till you get the production figures, because I really would like to actually take a shot at some of this stuff. It would be, I would seriously. I mean, like, I know the stories. I'm not religious, but I do know all this stuff. So
Right.
I would love to do some stuff with that. But I think just people having it on their shelves, like literally, the age range is vast. You know what I mean? Like, it's going to be
worldwide.
crazy. Like, I think you're going to get a
Worldwide.
lot of people. So I think, yeah, you definitely got to market this outside of this group. Glad to help here in the action figure community, but I think it's going to be, I think if you get to the right places,
Yeah.
get that link up with somewhere, like, you know what I mean? And I think it's just
Hobby
gonna
Lobby.
take again, like, yeah, Hobby Lobby.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, Hobby
Maybe.
Lobby, for the people that the owners, whatever you call
Chick-fil-A.
it, of Hobby Lobby, yeah, Chick-fil-A, Hobby Lobby, they have the Museum of the Bible, which would be a
Yeah.
great place for it to be in. But yeah, like I mean, even if they made donation, they don't even have to make purchases.
Yeah.
Donated, it would be phenomenal. But yeah, Chick-fil-A, there was
No,
another
stay
one.
away. Let's stay away from Chick-fil-A.
But they're so tasty. But there was another
It's
one.
beyond religion, though.
There was another company that was, this is gonna kill me now, because it was a big company and I didn't realize that how religious they were. Oh, it's gonna drive me nuts. I'm gonna have to
Oh,
research.
so many. There's so many.
Yeah.
What does this mean, Steve? Did you read about this in a book? Yeah.
Well, Chris, if you could ask everybody watching and everybody out there to help spread the word, help spread it to Spanish speaking friends and Hebrew speaking friends, like, what would you say to them?
Por favor. I mean, it's not. That's so many things to say about it, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Let me just put it this way, though. Like in my travels around the world, going to Europe, going to Asia, there's churches everywhere. So it is a worldwide thing, and worldwide opportunity. In-N-Out Burger, that's what it is. Thank you so much.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
If you look on the bottoms of their cups and things, they have like John 3:16. They have stuff on there. I just saw
On my
that.
list.
I just saw that, and I was like,
It's fine as long as you're not homophobic or anything else. I'm
Right.
fine with it. Whatever.
Yeah.
Right? That's that stuff. All right, where I draw the line. But this is funny from Curtis.
yeah.
Screw those people.
It needs to be oiled up too.
Yeah, right.
But I mean, it'd be
Yeah,
great
man.
to different, like not only Spanish, but like to different, there's just different cultures in general, because it is everywhere. Like even in Hawaii, like the what you call it, the Polynesian Cultural Center it's you know, it's a big Hawaiian group. I mean, a big religious group. I forget if it's Mormons, I think, but I didn't know that. Oh my gosh, you know.
Yeah.
But it'd be great. It's sí, señor, te voy a ajudar. Thank you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like the first one with the painting of I trust in you, Jesus. I mean, as much as I don't like it, it's in tons of Spanish people's houses, even though it's white Jesus. You know what I mean? It's like,
yeah. I know. I understand. Yeah.
they're very familiar with it. It's everywhere.
It's a depiction.
Yeah, it's everywhere. They have it on the candles. They have it on paintings, pictures. Like it's everywhere. And so hopefully, like some people see it and it makes that connection. They're like, oh, that looks like, you know, what my grandma had or what I have, whatever, you know.
Yeah. When you get a female buck with Mary and stuff like that, that's going to be.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be like, I think you've got to, I mean, we've talked about this, but like, definitely there are some interesting avenues of marketing that you need to do for this that I think that you can, you know, I mean, the action figure world, I think is going to pick up on some of this stuff.
Yeah.
Religious or non-religious, because there's just some cool looking figures here that you can use with anything.
Yeah.
But I was going to say, my God, the market for this is vast. It's vast and worldwide. And
Josh, just the Philippines, absolutely. The Philippines has huge religious population.
Yeah, sure.
Huge.
Absolutely.
Even Hong Kong.
It's Philippines. There's
oh my gosh.
A lot of that's a big action figure
and
spot too.
Absolutely.
True enough.
And you know, like there's definitely been some crossover where there's people that collect toys, do photography or whatever, and are religious, and they've definitely have been telling me, and I'm happy to hear it. You know what I mean? Because that's where the crossover starts, and then hopefully they'll spread it to people that are in the religious groups. You know
somebody's going to take that and run with it, man, and it's going to be really, really good. You know what I mean? Like that could be somebody's niche. And again, like, you know, toy photography is a hobby, but like, you know, you can start to get into areas and like you could do something with that. It'd be pretty cool, man, because you've got a wide range of persona so far, and you haven't even shown everything, and that this is just the first foray into it. And I think it's going to be great, man. I think it's a great idea. I think you've done a great job with them. They look awesome. Scale is great, and I think it's going to be cool, man. And these bucks look really good too. Like that's the other thing. Like I think people will just be buying these bucks because they look really good.
That's why I'm offering them, because I also want it to be where, okay, you don't want a religious figure, that's fine, but if you want to customize this buck, you know what I mean, and like do soft goods or whatever, do you know, skin tight superheroes and just paint it up, like whatever, you know, like those will be available. I think the bucks will be $15. I was trying to determine a good price that's like nice for customers, but is, you know, not.
I said way more than that.
I think 15. I like 15. I don't know.
Okay, that's fine. Good. I mean, that's great. You will sell a lot of those for $15. Believe me, when you see these, it's great. Yeah.
It's like, do you want to sell a ton of them, or you know, make more profit off each one, right? Like that's kind of. Can we get to Pablo's question? Will this be available at retailers later on?
I was just going to answer that. Yep. There are definitely a number of retailers that will be supporting this line, which makes me extremely happy. And again, comes back to the whole connections thing. You know what I mean? Like, you know, all the retailers know me. Like, they know me. They know the kind of person I am. I'm always helpful and happy and cheerful, and you know, they love talking to me, and I love talking to them. And it's there. I have definitely a number of people. I have retailers overseas that wanted, you know, carry it. And I'm like, all right, thank you very much, appreciate it.
That's great.
Are they helping spread the word right now about the Kickstarter?
I hope so. Now the thing is, the toughest part about that is, how do you do it? Like, whether they're, you know, like offering it on their site, or if they're buying it from the Kickstarter, or just contributing but not through the Kickstarter, you know what I mean? It's like, because you wanna the Kickstarter is the most important thing, so you can unlock different things on the Kickstarter so that it's available to everybody. But I want the retailers to support it in whichever way is comfortable for them as well.
Sure. Yeah.
So the biggest thing is going to be, thank you. It's a lot of research, and apparently not enough because I got to talk to Larry. But the biggest thing is how's it going to do on the first day? Again, like the funding goal is 80,000. I think that's easily attainable. I hope it funds on the first day. Like that would be amazingly exciting, for me. It'd be amazing. I don't even know which lore that could be because I know too many lores now. Aaron. But yeah, I mean, we'll see how the first day does. If it funds really well, then hey, listen, retailers can all just do their orders on the side, and that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Thank you, Pablo. I do appreciate
it. Do you want to get into pricing yet, or you want to leave that for still working on that?
I mean,
for a ballpark.
Yeah, for what I think, pricing is going to be, like I said, 15 for a blank buck. Mm-hmm. Probably around 24 for the army builders, which will be, angels, Roman soldiers, demons. Mm-hmm. 30 for the standard figures, and probably 40 to 45 for the deluxe, something like that. Mm-hmm. So
reasonable.
I think
prices
for everything you get,
all in line
it's an
with
impressive
everything.
amount. Yeah.
Yeah, I
mean, you've got like import level amounts of accessories with these deluxe figures for $45. I mean, that's a $100 figure as like an import. I mean,
right.
Granted, we're talking about licensing, but like still, like, and did you get the licensing yet? Did you?
So far, so good.
Good for you.
No, what do you call them? What's that called?
No cease and desist.
Cease and desist, yeah. C&Ds. No C&Ds.
You would know it if you got one. So
yeah.
Still alive.
Lord, show me a sign, and then all of a sudden your lights go out in your garage. No.
Yeah, I think so too, man. I think this is gonna be big, man.
Yeah, I mean, so Joseph said 80K for book one or all books. So 80K is for book one. Mm-hmm. And then, it's every book has 6 figures, and it'll be like 4 standard and 2 army builders. And then the 80K will be for the book one, and then after that, book 2 will open up. And the way I'm going to do it is, for each unlock level, a new figure opens up. It's automatically available. Like, you don't have to open up all of book 2 for the figure to be available. Hey.
Right.
It'll be whatever's unlocked is available.
Right.
So it'll just be, I'm trying to have nice, what do you call it? Jumps between unlocks. Like, not like,
nothing too crazy.
Out. Yeah.
Yeah.
It might be between 2,500 and 5,000 for each new figure. I want to keep it reasonable.
Right. Steve, what is considered a deluxe? You tell me which one of these, because I know these are definitely, you said this is a deluxe.
No, he's standard.
Oh, he's standard.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's standard.
Are there any of these that are deluxe?
Many hands
figures,
of the cosmic test shot.
Hell yeah. Accidentally.
I think just the High Priest is deluxe, I believe.
Oh, really? So far? Okay.
Yeah, but it doesn't show everything that he comes with.
Because he's got the arc and everything.
Yeah,
no, there's a lot of stuff that comes with this. Is that the one that's got all the stuff around it? That image?
No.
Oh, there's one that's like, there's a ton of stuff, man.
No, that's probably all the tabernacle parts.
Yes.
Those are something else, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he will.
So Lucifer, what would none of these? This would be
deluxe.
Oh yeah, is Lucifer deluxe?
Oh yeah. That's right, because he's not
with the wings, right?
Yeah,
okay.
Lucifer,
yes.
Yeah, I knew there was another. Thank you, Bill.
Yes. Thanks, Bill. Yeah, let's go back to that, and I'll just show you what's involved in that. So this is what you're talking about with the deluxe.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's 2 sets of wings, multiple hands, 2 heads,
Mhm.
and other accessories. And again, this is not correct. And there's another broken one.
Yeah, and a sword.
And a sword. That's right, and a sword too. So, lots of stuff. That, I mean, for $40, man, that's amazing.
Yeah, I think book 4 will have basically 4 deluxe figures and 2 deluxe army builders.
Okay.
So
you really 4 deluxe figures. So you're really only talking about 4 figures at that price level, which is good. Which is great.
Yeah. So the 4. So that all in will be more expensive, but yeah, I have to check that out. I feel like I've heard the name Crowder, but I'll have to look into it.
Don't know that one.
And then
we did not go over articulation just yet. Do you want to talk about that at all? Can you talk our way through articulation, or?
Yeah, I mean it's fully articulated. I think I was wrong in my count. It all depends on how you count articulation. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's such a silly thing, but I would say it's like 36 points of articulation. But
go to the Lucifer
the statue one.
Statue, because it's like a bare body.
Yeah.
Okay. That's not it.
Good call, Bill. Bill FTW.
I remember like when you showed me these, like not last Legion's Con, but the one before.
Yeah.
I got a very import vibe to the.
That's what I'm saying. It's very SH figure arts to me. Like it feels like that with these ankle joints that look. Are there rockers in there, or is that just front and forward?
Yeah, no, definitely rockers. Who doesn't use rockers these days? Come on.
Well, yeah, no, but it's the pin that goes in towards the front of the foot, right? Like so, yeah.
I mean,
so you got rockers. These knee joints are awesome, man. I really love this.
Yeah, just want everything to look realistic. The whole thing was I wanted the aesthetic because there's going to be figures like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I mean, I liken it to like a Marvel Legends figure, essentially. I mean,
you think? Yeah.
It
looks
the build itself, like versus an import. The import has those more like newer joints that, I don't even know.
Yeah, but you got butterflies on this. Like, not a lot of Marvel Legends with butterflies.
Do.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, I guess they do.
Spider-Man.
They even now have that torso cut that they used to never have. That's what this is too. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then the for the butterfly, the main reason I put those in is so that the hands could better come together.
Nice.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
To get that little extra, range.
But I like the way these are sculpted, man. I just like the way that these kind of sit and fold, come together. I mean, in a pose for most of these things, this is where you're going to be posing them. You know what I mean? Again, not everybody is going to have this particular line. You're going to have a lot of people that are like, "What's articulation?" You know what I mean? Like they're going to have this like this on their shelf, or Jesus on their shelf or something, and he's not going to be like flying down off the top of a building with his knees bent and his arm over his head. You know what I mean?
So, cool though.
Well, I'll be doing that, but
yeah,
I'm sure Pablo will be doing that as
well. But yeah, I mean, what was I going to say about the articulation?
But it looks. I mean, it looks like a really high quality Marvel Legend, or just. I still think it looks like SH figure arts to me, but I get where you're coming from.
The shape of it. It's got
a little slighter shape. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And like the funny thing too with the body itself was like I wanted to go for a realistic muscular body, like an everyday standard kind of realistic muscular body without it being superhero-y.
Yeah.
And it's tough because I don't want it to be just boring either, because I want people to use it for customs and stuff too. So it's just trying to find that balance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it looks like a really good buck for that, man. I mean, it would make an impressive Spider-Man, quite frankly.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah. The
double jointed?
Yeah, double elbow,
nice.
Double knee. And to be honest, I'm not a double elbow, double knee kind of guy.
I know.
But I think
Coming
it just
from
made
the Horseman,
sense.
of course.
Yeah, I think it just made sense with this, especially if you're going to be putting clothing on. I think it'll allow a little bit more of a movement.
Yeah, I mean, you need like, yeah, again, that's coming from the 1/6 world. Like,
Yeah.
like even to just put stuff on and take it off, like you kind of get some, you got to get some movement out of these things, man. You got to get those arms back,
Right.
to get those jackets on and stuff, and those robes and things.
Yeah.
For sure.
So yeah, it's just trying to think if there's
Not a toys, those not a toys blanks. Have you seen that? I showed you those the other day when we were talking about this. Yeah, I think it's similar, man.
Yeah, I think so. I think
it's similar. Yep.
Yeah, and you know what? Bicep swivel, like Third Floor Toy says.
Mhm.
I'm I'm on the fence on that. Like, I don't care one way or the other, but I wanted to just. I know what a lot of people would want.
Yeah.
You know, especially for customizing as well and photography and stuff. So
Mhm.
I just wanted to make it like a, an Ultimates kind of body. You know what I mean? Like, has everything for the most part.
Yep.
It might be something that I could have done better, but whatever. I'm just trying to make it as good as I can.
Yeah. We'll see. I mean, that could be that could work out as a big part of this, man, for sure.
Gosh.
What?
Jay, right?
When are we getting Noah's Ark?
We'll be big enough for 2 mythic dragons. Oh god.
The dragons were left behind. That's why we don't have any dragons today.
This is true. They were too rowdy.
Sorry, dragons.
They were eating everything.
Well, this is awesome, man. I really appreciate you coming on tonight.
Thank you. Thanks for having
me. Great insight into this, and I'm more excited for it. I mean, we talk about this all the time. I'm like touching up your pictures. They're awesome pictures to begin with.
Yeah, sure. Phone camera all the way, baby.
But I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see some actual production stuff and do some Sermon on the Mount action shots for sure. But yeah, this is awesome, man. This is gonna be great. So February 21st, go to Kickstarter. The link is in the description, or you can just look up Biblical Adventures on Kickstarter. And follow it. Hit the notify button to be notified when it goes live. And don't wait around, man. Get in on this and get this going, man. If you're interested in this at all, like, hit it again. I'm not encouraging people to do this, but just jump in on the Kickstarter now and figure it out later.
Yeah,
because there's going to be some better stuff coming along, and I think you're going to be like, "Ooh, hey." I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised at what you see, even coming up in the next week or so, and when it launches, because I've seen some of the stuff, and even what you've seen is amazing. There's some really cool stuff coming up. So,
but yeah, help spread the good word, as it were. Help share the D13 Insta channel and all that stuff, right? Spread it out beyond this community. Help Chris out.
Yeah. If you're in that realm, definitely tell some people. Like Pablo said, just telling some people at his church.
Yeah.
I think there's going to be people interested in this, man, and I think, again, I think there's a lot of markets for you to advertise in, which could be. I think you're just going to get a lot of buzz out of it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even think it's going to, you're going to get free advertisement from this, because I think it's going to be that interesting, because nobody's done this. So
I hope so.
Flight stands options for angels.
Not right away. No, not yet. Only because I just have the regular stands. Hey, look, if we make crazy money on it, I'll make a flight stand. I don't care.
Right, exactly.
We'll get one.
We'll fly those things.
Yeah, something I'm going to do this weekend too is I'm going to have like postcards, advertisement postcards made up, and I'm going to go to like a lot of the churches in my area, the work area, and all that stuff, and just say, hey, you have a billboard, I can put this on, Yeah,
I mean, there's Christian publications and stuff like that, which we were talking about. Like, I think it would be a great, just put together a marketing piece and just send it to them, and I think you'll get traction from a lot of places. I'm assuming there'll be an all-in for the Kickstarter.
Yeah, so I mean, there'll be all in for each book, and so there'll be book 1, 2, 3, and 4
individually.
Yeah, individually, and then I was not going to do a full all in, just for reasons. But I was talking with Diego at work, and he'd given me an idea, and I was like, you know what? There's going to be an all in. And then with the all in, there'll be something special. So there'll be a full all in, a biblical all in, and it'll have all 4 books. And and then it'll have the extra special only available through the full all-in.
That's cool.
Figure, yeah.
That's
Perfect.
cool. That's great.
So
awesome, man! Congratulations on this and getting this done. It's a hell of an accomplishment. You know, I know you're like sweating bullets for this launch date, but you'll be fine. You'll be fine.
I want the launch day to be here and start so that I can just see how it's doing. That's all. That's all I care about right now.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, but spread the word, man. Like everybody, like again, outside of your action figure friends and stuff like that, definitely tell people about it. Thanks, man. Have fun at the Vatican. It's beautiful. If you've never been there, it's incredible. Yeah.
Come back with a contact, Thomas.
I will give you a tip. Don't eat just outside of the Vatican, though. Go into Rome further because there's some really terrible food outside of the Vatican.
I'll give you a better hint. Don't eat in Rome at all. Go to another city where all the food is better.
Oh, no. There's great places in Rome, but you don't. Well, the first place we went to the Vatican City, and then we were so hungry. We had gotten off the plane a few hours earlier, and we just went to this like cafe, and it was like this some sort of like they slop stuff on your plate, and we were like, what is this? And it was horrible. Some of the worst food I've ever eaten. And then the next night we went to this great restaurant in Rome, like down the street, basically. And it was delicious.
Yeah.
Just be careful. Like definitely, we didn't have Yelp at the time. So you've got Yelp, you're all good.
That's true.
That's true.
It
was a long time ago. Awesome, man.
All right. Thanks, Curtis.
Thanks. And thank you, T-Belay, for the 499 super chat. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate all I'm telling you, like everybody has like all these great, little bits of knowledge to pass along, and it all just comes together inside, and I appreciate everybody, every little bit that, somebody says one little thing. I'm like, oh, that's an idea. You know what? Maybe I can use that.
There's so many places to go for this. Go with this, man. And I think the next, your next go round is going to be just as cool. I mean, there's going to be some really good stuff here.
Yeah. Well, let's hope we get to the female buck and then the Goliath buck, because I want the Goliath buck.
For sure. Yeah, for sure. All right. Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you, Chris. Check it out. Go follow it in the description again. Kickstarter Biblical Adventures starts February 21st. Anytime, just February 21st at midnight or 12:01 a.m.
Well, I think you can start at whatever time you want, right?
Okay.
I've never done one before.
I don't know that either. I don't know if it's just like, oh, it's 12:01. It's February 21st. It's ready to go.
Yeah, I'll wake up at probably like 5 a.m., sick to my stomach, and I'll just go,
it's not funded yet. It's 12:02.
Whatever.
Damn it, I'm a failure.
It's got to be 13 minutes after whatever hour.
That's right. Yeah, don't check until 13 minutes after, or 13 hours maybe. I don't know.
13:13, which is 1:13.
There you go.
So maybe that'll be it.
I think it's going to be great, man.
I will say this. One time when I was in Macau, I went to the Venetian, which is like the same as the Venetian in Las Vegas. Was playing roulette. Never played it before in my life. And I was winning. It was fun. And I was just like, watching the numbers and picking red, black, odd, even, whatever. The last thing I did before I left was I played my birthday, which was 27. And I played it like 27. I played the corners. I played odd. I played all different things. Landed on 27, right? I was like, oh, wow, this is amazing, right? I said, cash me out. I'm out of here. And then the lady next to me is like, oh, what number should I pick next? What number should I pick next? I'm like, I ain't telling you nothing because I want to be blamed for you not winning, right?
Yeah, exactly.
They're taking forever to cash me out. And then she asked me again. She's like, oh, what do you think I should play? What do you think? I said, look, I don't want you to listen to what I have to say. But if I was going to play again, I would play 13. Guess what number came up next?
No.
13. I was like,
wow.
Okay,
I split the winnings with you?
I'm leaving. No, I don't even know if I left. I was
at least get a tip for that.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Jeez, dinner.
Played it or not, but if she didn't, that's her fault.
Well, see, there's your luck right there, man. So there you go. You're good. You're D13. Your birthday's the 27th. This is 6 days before. I don't know what the hell that means, but it's all good. It's all going to work out. It's all going to be great.
Yeah.
It's awesome. So thank you everybody for joining us. Thanks for the super chats. I will put those towards the Kickstarter.
Thank you.
Maybe we'll do some giveaways with that stuff too when it comes out. We'll see. Time for Christmas, just in time for Christmas, right, Chris? You're promising?
Hopefully. I'm
Okay.
medium promising.
Exactly.
Christmas miracle.
Yeah, it will be.
Yeah, it will be quite the miracle. All right. Thanks, guys. Thanks, everybody, for joining us. Bill, you got Thursday. You got Dorklair coming up. You're going to talk about this. You're going to talk about some Mythic Legion stuff. What else?
Yep. Yeah, just all the toy news of the week, of the last 3 weeks, really. It's been unfortunately, we haven't been able to go like every week with the podcasts, but yeah, so got that. I also have my next episode of Toy Tubers, my new podcast.
Oh, yeah, that was great. I watched
really
the Toy
cool.
Bro one. That was awesome. Yeah, for sure.
So that's going to be Unparalleled Universe this Wednesday. I'm
Oh,
going to try
that's
to
gonna be
keep
fun.
it to Wednesdays, and then I have a third episode already recorded. That'll be the next Wednesday, and then I'll get started on the next round of Toy Tubers interviews, and of course I'm going to have probably within I don't know, maybe by Friday I may have one of the Cosmic Legions test shot reviews up, and then over the next 2 weeks or so, I'll be doing all of those. So
Chris is like,
no,
no, you
we
won't.
can get them out.
yeah, we'll see.
How cantankerous was Wade in your interview? Have you already done that one?
Yeah, he was good. He was great.
He
Yeah,
was good. Okay.
Yeah.
he's a crapshoot. You never know. You never
it's
know which
it's
Wade you're gonna get.
The thing is, like, the show is all about talking YouTube craft, so it's like that. Like, he loves talking about stuff like that. So
Yeah, cool. All right, look for that. Nate, got anything coming up? Any mythic?
I have a shot in the bank. I'm going to put out probably next Sunday with the Myth and Fantasy Toy Pick group.
Okay, cool.
But nothing coming up, but happened in the past. If you haven't checked out Just Shelve It, Jesse and Curtis' show I was on last Sunday.
That's right.
So go check that out.
That was great. That was a great interview.
Put out the Legions cast. Lord Steven and Len just put that out, and I was on that as well. So both were a blast, but go check them out and give those guys some follows and likes.
Yeah, both Nate and Nate Barch remotely did a great job defending Frank Frazetta to Curtis.
Well, thank God for you guys could have talked circles around anything I said, with your art background.
I'm just waiting for my invite, Curtis.
I hope I represented okay.
That's all we're going to be talking about, Curtis. That's all we're going to be talking about. But yeah, that's a great show. We're going to have some photographers on in the next few weeks. We're going to getting some people and just talking about Mythic Legions photography. So
yeah, looking forward to that.
Look for that, because that's been a long time coming. I've been wanting to do that for a while, so we'll get that going. But that's it, kids. We will see you in 2 weeks, and have a good night. Thanks again for everybody for the super chats, and we'll see you in 2 weeks. Bye.
Good night.
Bye, everybody.
Good night.